Okay, yeah. Probably around 4th of July, the third one will get rolled in there.
Roger, have a good night, Bill.
All right, Dirk. 7-3, buddy.
Catch you later, Dirk.
Have a good night, Mikey.
Rock and roll. And welcome back, Warren.
7-3, Dirk.
Have a good night, guys.
Rock and roll. KB1WA.
Radio's always on. You just never know. I'm walking by the desk where I am now.
Yep, there you go. Someone came in there under Warren. Who was that?
That's
Okay, Gary, I heard you. Did somebody double with you? Who doubled with Gary?
KWY, what's your pronoun?
KB, Kilo Bravo 1 Whiskey Yankee, just ID.
No, SmackDown.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've seen it on the news tonight.
That's the one I was writing down, but I'm kind of burned out on it.
Paul, are you going to go?
Well, I got to go in the kitchen and fill up my water bottle. I'll be right back. What the hell am I doing? KCIA.
I'm with you.
All right.
I almost said Gravy's call.
I heard that. It was getting there.
Yep, I'll be right back. KCIA.
Okay. Paul's going to vote Democratic. Okay, we'll be back.
Well, Mikey, 94 is better than a lot better than 104.
Yeah, at least I can keep it under control. When it was 104, 107, it got up to 109. It wasn't a professional IT person at the office to her wisdom. A lot about photos there.
That's what I would say.
Mirror. That's where it has to be, and then also tilt inward close to the body of the car, not away from it. So I have it pretty close now, but I think I'll have to write the manufacturer and say what's going on with this.
Might not be a bad idea.
Yeah, because when you take it, if you take it apart, there's metal in there you can turn, and some of it has like a flat, a higher raise to it on something that's about a half-inch long. So there's got to be a way to do it, but I don't see any instructions on it.
And getting that with the mirror?
No.
That's weird.
This Ford mirror?
What's that, Tom?
Was that a Ford mirror?
Yeah. Well, there's a place called Scott Drake. They make parts, and it's one of those. It's heavily chromed and all. It looks real nice. I really wanted it because if I put the cover on, the cover has two, what do you want to call them, little extensions on each side to cover the mirrors. So if you have it on just one, it doesn't want to stay on, if you pull on it. But if you put it, lock it into both mirrors, it's there for good until you want to pull it off.
I gotta go to the little boys' room, boys. I'll be back. Yeah, on 40X.
Okay, Clyde, W2HU.
I'll get on here. W4JMK N4DK. Come on in there, Justin.
Cotton picker, where you at?
Now, she alluded to that fact. She said by tomorrow he should be moved. Hold on, Richard. I got somebody stopped in front of my house. AC3, GD. I'll be right back.
It might be the FCC. You're running illegal power.
All right, it was a white van, so I just mooned him. I don't think it was the FCC. Well, maybe it was. I don't know.
Well, did you count how many antennas there was on top?
They only had 2.
Huh?
The other 4 on the bumper in the front, that doesn't count.
Oh, you know what that is. I believe that's how the government checks propagation. There's a little river that goes across that spectrum graph just a hustling. I mean, he goes from left to right in a matter of 2 seconds, and as he goes across, he's popping a little shit pellets, red pellets off of him.
Yeah. By the way, everyone has their different preferences. You really don't need a preamp on 80 meters, but you know what? I find that with the digital noise filter, et cetera, at least on this DX10, and yours is pretty similar, running amp 1, the IPO, amp 1 seems to get, definitely pulls the signal out of the noise when you're using the DNF. And I also noticed when I put my AGC on mid, even though they recommend in the owner's manual on slow, the tonal quality is too much bass, and voices sound crisper when I have it on mid. Have you experimented yet?
Not that much. I pretty well worked on the audio thing, and I've been stripping this rack gear down. I'm not running the rack. I'm running the microphone straight into the radio.
Oh, Roger, your station's 10, 50 times what mine is. I just do what I got to do to make mine sound as good as I can.
That's where I play my AGC. I play it at mid. Of course, right now I'm talking about those 4 settings there where DNF is off, IPO. I have it set in IPO. But low signals, I have popped that up to amp 1. But the beauty of this thing is, it's just a mouse click away. All these things are fluid, and you can change them on the fly. And of course, I keep my attenuator off. By the way, I'm back, fellas. You say you run your AGC on slow? No, I run mine on mid.
Correct. Now, if you switch back and forth, James and I will start talking, and you switch back and forth, you might notice what I said about when you have it on slow. It actually contains more of the peaks and levels them out, my Reader's Digest version, but it also makes things sound a little more bassy, more lows. I like the sound of your voices when I have mine on mid. What do you say, James?
Well, I don't know if I have really noticed any tonal differences. It's actually just the inner workings of the meter and how fast that meter recovers from the. In other words, I have found if you have a lot of static crashes, you have to run that in mid or at the very least mid, because if not, you'll miss out on people talking because your receiver just doesn't bounce back and get back to normal, recover quick enough, and mid seems to work there. But I think all around for me, I like mid better. Now, if it's low noise band conditions, probably the AGC on slow is maybe a little better because it keeps those signals up there.
Correct. And again, I've experimented with no preamp. I never ever use preamp 2, that AMP2. Nope. That oversaturates things when you get a strong signal coming in. But amp 1 seems to, I just detect the tonal quality where it works for me. And maybe it's just my ears. Well, it works for me fine.
Right. I wish you'd have been on here and about 15 minutes ago or so, Norm. Gary from Virginia was on here, and he's got a new FTDX10, and I didn't know exactly where to tell him on that 10. I'm assuming it's probably about the same menuing as the 710, but how to activate that back port there, the key and amplifier. I know we had to do it on our 710s, and I'm going to assume that it's probably down there in the radio operations tab.
Well, the 710 and the DX10 are very similar. And what was his question?
Well, he didn't really have a question. We were just trying to gear him over there to where to enable that in the menu to turn that to, I believe it's TUN/LIN to make that port to activate where it'll key an amplifier. Now, I believe that's under operation setting.
Oh, okay. Well, honestly, on the DX10, he has, I'll redo it. I'll look at mine. I don't have a tube-type amp. I never would put a tube-type amp on this transceiver unless I knew it had a soft key addition to it. I've only run solid state. On my Kenwood, my 830, I will use it on the SB220 or my LK450. I'm very paranoid about putting these new transceivers on the tube-type amps.
Right, yeah. I wish I would have looked here. I bet his 10 is exactly like our 710, but it's actually, you have to go into the operation settings tab, then general, and then scroll down, and there's an area there called TUN/LIN port select, and that has to be selected to linear for it to be used as an amplifier.
Okay, there is a little difference there, and I think I know what you're saying. Hold on. Okay, mine, I don't have to go through that. I have a rear select. Hold on, and I'll go through it.
WADL.
NW8GN.
AC3GD. No, there's a difference in the menus there. I have a rear port gain. I got rear port select and rear select. This DX10, if you run a linear, it's through the mini DIN, the 1010, and that requires a cable. However, with this Lux I have, it is all just a RCA cable, just like a regular hookup.
Right. But I'm sure you have to activate that. Or I mean, on mine, I had to activate it. You may have I see on the 10, you may have a dedicated port back there for it, but I still believe it needs to be activated in the menus, I believe. Now, I could be wrong there, but anyway, Richards and mine 710 to get that to work with amplifier. It can be used dual purpose to key a linear or to feed information to a tuner, and you have to select which one you want to use that for.
Okay, I have two different ports on the back of mine. I have two different ports. I have a dedicated linear port. I have a dedicated data port. I do not have that selection on mine. Come to think of it, if you look at the back side of the DX10, you can get the information online and print it out, and then print out or look in your owner's manual. You'll see the differences. There's subtle differences, but not that much. Like I have to hook up my tuner, my Mercury tuner, to my amp, and I have a special plug that goes in the back of my DX10 in the tuner port, and it splits. It has a little 1/8" or 3.5 millimeter stereo plug that operates the remote on the tuner, and then I jump from the tuner, I daisy chain right into the amp, so the tuner tells the amp I am tuning automatically, do not turn on the amp. And of course the RCA plug is what continues the daisy chain, at least on the DX10. Richard, what did we sound like when you changed your settings?
What do you mean? What settings?
Oh, okay. Evidently, James and I sounded good enough where you didn't have to do anything. Thank you.
Well, Norman, I'm kind of different. I run my receive audio to a 50-watt stereo amplifier into a great big Bose speakers that's up on the wall. Make everybody sound like a FM radio.
James, that guy is a sweetheart, ain't he?
Oh, no, Richard's got it going on up there. Now, I never did really notice any tonal differences changing that AGC. I'll test it around as I listen around a band sometimes, but again, the thing I've noticed, what I noticed with that, you get into the menu.
I'm on operation settings in general.
All right, it's up close to the top. If you scroll and got everything close to the top, it's the third one down, and it'll say tune/LIN port select, and the drop down there should say linear.
Okay. So radio. It was working.
When you do that, I mean, that triggers that. So when you key your radio, it'll key your amplifier.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was working.
What do you got for a noise floor right now?
Well, me right now, Norm, I'm running about an S5.
Richard, what about you?
Between a 7 and a 9. It's going back and forth from 7 to 9. If you go up above 4,000 where that digital signal is, that's what's tearing me up right now. It's coming all the way down here.
I've got anywhere from a 4 to a 6. It's a noisy night. What can you do? It's summertime. Gonna be summertime anyway.
You know, I drop down to a 4 to a 6 if I go to IPO instead of amp 1.
I've got mine on
hear
amp 1
that?
and I'm
Just IPO,
almost
Richard.
a steady 7
Look
right
up at
now.
your signal. And tell me, we probably are swapping signals. You're, last time I looked up there, you were about, you're going 15 to 20 over, peaking 20 probably. But I'll look next time you come back there and see if we're pretty close there.
You're about 18. You're hitting the plus right in front of the 20 with amp 1 on.
Say a few syllables, James.
All right, Norman, you're 20 over here, or right close to 20 over on me, with just IPO on here. So you're hitting me pretty good, over.
Okay, let me turn something down. Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. How do I look right now?
About 10 over S9.
Oh, I think I'm going to put it back.
James, are you getting that noise off that digital signal up there?
No, sir. No, I mean, I can see it on the scope. If it was coming from that, it would be like a mountaintop, if you will, Richard. It would be like a triangle, and you should see it coming all the way up here. But now it's not on mine. What level are you running?
Well, I'm on IPO, but I mean, it sounds like a plasma cutter, whatever it is.
No, I mean, what's your level setting? What's your level setting there on your receiver?
Minus 17. WADI.
And WAGM.
The C3GD, fellas, I'm going to jump in the rain locker. I got to scrub myself down. I've got a busy day tomorrow. I will try to get on. Weekends are going to be tough for me, but I'll try to get on tomorrow night. I'll give you both 7-3. This is a C3GD. You guys take care.
All right, Mr. Norman, you have a good one up there, and enjoy your day tomorrow.
Yeah, I just got IPO. Good night, Norm. Just got IP, you almost hit 20 over that time. I shut that amp one off.
Yeah, here I always just play IPO here, because again, it's really about the signal to noise ratio here, because you typically are working with pretty strong signals, but yeah, that's how I play mine all the time, and then you may have to adjust that level too, Richard. Now it may need to come down, if it's cutting out too much of your noise floor. You may have to adjust that when you stay on IPO. The ideal setting on that level is always going to be just almost noise quieting, Richard, whatever it takes, and that's going to change depending on the band conditions and how much noise you got. But adjust that, just to where it's almost noise quieting, full quieting there on your receiver, on your noise floor, and that's the right setting for that level.
I don't know what that noise is, but it's the first night I've experienced that noise.
Yeah, is your width 4K? Are you listening 4K?
I think I am.
Participate this evening. Also wish to thank those that gave us a clear frequency for our net operation. Greatly appreciate that. It's K4GPT, now clear. Good evening all, and W8 Papa Quebec. Give me a moment or two. I got to check out. I've got it on 2 sheets. I'll put it together.
I reckon we'll find out. I didn't really realize we turned into a banana republic anyway. Did you, Mr. Laurie?
No, but you're right. I believe that's about what it's going to turn into. M4QKI.
M4 ZZ 33 after the hour.
M4DEK.
M4DNB. I'm out of here for a glass of water. I'll be right back.
No coffee?
No, I'm cutting back on my coffee.
Oh, man, come on now. Come on back.
Yeah, it seems to be all these billions of dollars they're wasting trying to fund these startup green energy companies would give a much better return and be a much better investment if they were doing more research and advancement on those reactors like you're talking about. Anyway, John, I jumped in here again, taking up a few minutes, hoping we spark something, so go ahead and take it back, see if we can get something going. No, you're all right. You're more than welcome. I mean, that's what we're all here for. I wanted to say one thing. Buttigieg, our Secretary of Transportation, was on, and the question was asked, what's going on with these charging stations? The government gave $7.5 billion with a B grant to build charging stations for vehicles. And so far in 2 years, only 8 have been built. And they project to have all these done by, I forget what it was, 2030 or something like that. But at that rate, only 2 a year, we aren't going to have all that money for $7.5 billion. Yeah, go figure. Do the math on that one. And then, again, they keep talking about the power grid, how fragile it is, and they keep trying to add more load to the power grid. Maybe they should take that $7.5 billion and work on the power grid to stabilize it first, then worry about adding load for all these charging stations.
Roger that. Well, and Mr. Newsom out there in California wants everybody to, where you can't buy a gasoline-powered vehicle, what is it, fairly soon, I think it's 2030, or might be even before that. Yet, as it is right now, their power grid's so weak, they have the rolling brownouts and blackouts because too many people running their air conditioners during the summertime.
Yep, and I don't know, 2030, 2035, yep. And it's not just California. I think there's like 9 or 12 states right now getting on the bandwagon. Of course, Colorado, and then several states up there in the Northeast, all banning the sale of new gas-powered vehicles, like I said, by 2030, 2035. I have to look at my notes. And then they said, no, we're not going to grandfather it in. You can still buy a fossil fuel car. But then, you know, if they do that and they convert all their stations to charging stations, you know, they're not going to make you stop using a fossil fuel car, but they're going to make it impossible for you to get the fuel.
Yeah, that's outrageous. Well, that goes along with, what was it, a while back, New York, I think. It might have been California. They were going to make the price of ammo outrageous by they were going to tax each round. And so, in other words, you'd have the gun, or the firearm, whether it's gun, rifle, whatever, but you wouldn't be able to afford the ammunition. Same cycle of thought, I guess.
Yeah, well, you know, Obama tried to do that by shutting down all the ammunition manufacturers and buying up all the ammunition for so-called government use. And just remind me, John, let's get into this week. I need to go to the local sporting goods store this weekend also. But yeah, you know, same difference. And the other thing California did, I haven't heard much more about it after I read about it, is they were going to stop the sale of new gas-powered weed eaters, gas-powered lawnmowers, gas-powered generators, anything like that. You can't buy those in California anymore either.
That's outrageous.
Contact.
Go ahead, Bobby.
That's why most people are coming out of California and New York. They're leaving those places in droves, so their tax base is going to be near nothing, and that's what's going to rock their world. They just don't realize it yet.
Well, they do. That's why they implemented an exit tax. If you leave California, they penalize you.
I wonder how they're going to collect on all that.
I don't think they can.
I don't think they can either.
Well, if you file a state tax, they can confiscate it. I don't know if they get the federal government, the IRS involved on the federal side, but if there's a state tax, they'll just take anything that you're supposed to be refunded, and you know, you'll never see it.
Yeah, it's just totally outrageous. Anyway, it's about that time again. This is K8TJ with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group. Everybody go ahead and ID. If you're coming on board for the first time, please give your call sign slowly, phonetically, indicate first time, and wait for the pileup.
KB4ABJ, number 1 with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group.
Conversation Group. Gentlemen, I'm going to step out here for a few minutes. I'm going to go downstairs and go over to the office.
4KZS 145.
Do we have anybody new joining us that time around?
Whiskey Mike Delta.
The Whiskey Mike Delta station. Go ahead.
You didn't hear anything, John?
That's what I kind of figured. Anybody else have any comments about what we've been talking about?
Yeah, I got a comment.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, one of the guys in our radio club has a house in California and a house in Pennsylvania. He spends about 6 months in each place. And he's given up his California place and moving back to Pennsylvania permanently.
Yeah, I can't say I don't blame him.
Oh, he talks about the gas prices out there and everything, and it's insane. They're like $7 a gallon at times.
Roger that. Yeah, it's because all the taxes that they add on to it.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't blame him one bit. I'm glad to see him move back. He's been in here already to WZ1C.
Roger that. Yeah, I lived out in California. I was stationed out there from, let's see, about 85 until 91. It wasn't quite that bad when I was out there. It's just gone downhill in the last 30 years.
Yeah, it's horrible. But, like I said, I'm glad to see him come back. He'll be a welcome sight here. He's a very valuable asset to our radio club.
That's good to hear that he's coming back.
Yeah, I thought for sure he'd go to Pennsylvania and go to California, and it turns out he's doing the opposite.
Yeah, roger that. I heard Mr. Clyde in there. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing it back. Can the goodness twice, John. How about yourself?
I'm hanging in there.
Well, that's good.
Good evening, Clyde.
Hey, Dean. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good. Glad to hear you here.
Oh, you're sounding marvelous.
How are you?
Y'all carry on, John. KR4DX.
Okay. So, well, anything going on with you, Clyde, or no?
Oh, there ain't nothing going on here. Everything's always same old, same old.
All right, sounds good.
Except for Trump getting screwed.
What's that now?
Except for Uncle Trump getting screwed.
Yeah, okay. How's that?
Well,
They're
he
gonna
got
feel that.
convicted, didn't he? He didn't do a damn thing.
You say something, Bobby?
Yeah, I said they're going to appeal that anyway,
I hope they do, but that's going to sure put a hurt on his election outlook, though.
Well, it seems like he's doing very well. He's beating Biden all over the place anyway right now.
Well, if he couldn't beat Biden, he'd be in sad shape, you know.
Yeah, but you know what happened in the last election?
Yep, they got the chance, and everybody else got to go home laughing.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Yeah, he'll beat him as long as we have a legitimate election.
That's the problem. We're liable not to have one of those.
They say that in the first 6 hours after the verdict was read, that his contributions went up, I think it's 34.6 million in 6 hours. And his website actually crashed because of all the activity.
That's right. That's what I heard, too, man. People really love that boy. Got to be doing better than Biden.
Roger that. You know, I was thinking, I've never contributed to a politician, not in all my years. I was thinking of sending him $45, either 45 or 47, just for the symbology of it.
I'd be all right. I'd send him 91.
Oh, the combination of the two?
No, 92, really. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be 92.
I knew that was going to end up bad. The way that judge was talking, that judge wasn't nothing but a nitwit. I don't see how in the world he ever got put on there. I think Obama put him in place.
Well, from what I understand, the jury instructions were written where they had really no choice except to come up with a guilty verdict.
Well, they could have come up with something else besides what they did, man. It wasn't no sense at all. That thing is that we don't understand. Let's try it again. Until they got until the judge got plumb irritated with it.
Yeah, at first he thought it was a hung jury, and he said, no, it comes back. He goes, no, I'm wrong. They have a verdict.
I just thought it was irritating. This got under my skin bad.
Yeah, well, you know, I'll tell you something. The guy, man, you got to give him credit. He's been through all this stuff. I mean, ever since what was it, back in 2015 when he first made his announcement that he was running the first time. But all the guy's had is all kinds of people hassling him and giving him trouble, lawsuits, everything.
Well, that's a fact. They ain't giving him a break at all. But they'll pay for that. They set a precedent now that they go back and get Obama and Clinton and all them other, and Biden even.
I don't. The thing is that what happened with Clinton happened so long ago. I don't know if they can do much about that. But maybe Obama, but definitely Biden.
Well, they'll make up something, you know. All those misdemeanors that Trump was supposedly done were brought back up and created and made felonies after the statute of limitation done run out. They can do anything they want.
This is true. But why would Trump do something like that? He'd just be as bad as Biden's being now.
Why not? I mean, he's got to fight fire with fire, and that's what Republicans can't understand. You got to get in there and fight. You can't just say, "Oh, it'll be all right."
No, I know what you're saying, but Biden, you know, if they can prove that he actually got money from Hunter through the barista deal and all those other foreign countries when he was vice president, they got it nailed.
But they won't do anything about it, though, John. That's the thing about it. They'll just say, "Oh, that's too long ago."
Go ahead, contact.
Yes, you're right, they're not going to do nothing about it because, you know, they're all Democrats and they're not going to go after them.
Exactly.
And even the Kremlin stepped in and said, you know, this is just a ploy to get rid of a political opponent.
Done turned this place into a banana republic in one day.
Yep, and I got no sponsors tomorrow, but we need to get together and go on a road trip.
Oh, wow, yeah, make sure you got plenty of firearms.
I'm sure it'll be covered.
Oh, Roger, Dodger.
I want to say I'm the size while you troll.
You look at Joe.
Yep, this next thing will help.
I don't know. I mean, this country is so much different than from when we were growing up. I mean, man, it's hard to believe what things have come to.
Amen to that.
John, did you hear me talking to Carl earlier tonight about one of our U.S. senators?
Yeah, how about the FCC and how he passed away and all that? I heard a part of it.
Yep, well, like I said, we got several clients here, and unfortunately, one of our clients had an arena, and U.S. Senator Warlock, big time leftist Democrat, is going to be there for 4 hours next week, running the rhetoric of the left.
Oh, jeez.
You guys have a wonderful night. I just want to stop in and say how do. I'm out of here.
Good night, Clyde. God bless.
It's 7-3, everybody. KR40X.
Good night, Clyde. God bless.
Good night, Clyde. Well, it's that time again, everybody. This is KATJ with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group. Everybody go ahead and ID. And if you're coming on board first time, please give your call sign slowly, phonetically indicate first time after the follow.
KB4ABJ, number 1 with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group.
Yes, 145.
KB3BD number 136, please check the app.
Good night, Gary. God bless.
Okay, I got Jerry ISD checking out. I got Dean checking out. And then I had KB4UTL checking in. Let me get this net logger up to date. In the meantime, KB4UTL, how you doing tonight?
You had one other station, John. I thought I'd let you know.
83BD, please check me out.
Okay, sounds good, Father Brian. You're more than welcome to pitch in and say what's on your mind as well. Okay, was there another new check-in during that time around?
Yeah, November 4, Zulu Echo Kilo.
N4ZEK, how you doing?
Well, I'm doing great. Good to be home. I've been at work all week, and I did call in one night remotely, I think, but now I'm at home. I've been messing with this, I don't know if any of you guys ever mess with VAR AC, that VAR modem, like WinLink using it, and they got a chat, VAR chat, and I finally got it working tonight. I made a little headway, but yeah, good day. Got home about 1 o'clock, and been messing around up here in the radio room. Anyway, back to you.
All right, sounds good. Well, you're sounding good, Scott. It's always good to get home, isn't it?
Roger that, especially today. It was just a long week. But anyway, I'm here now, so I'll be here for a couple days anyway. I'll be hanging around for a little while.
All right, roger that. Anybody else out there with any comments? Well, we've been mostly talking about what happened politically and with the laws the last couple of days. We were talking about global warming or climate change or whatever you want to call it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I gotta quit joking around with random people, because we don't know who's listening, and people turn around for the first time, don't know me, don't know that I'm joking around and having fun, and some people might take it real seriously, and other people, if I don't quit joking around like I have been, honestly, I think Secret Service is gonna knock on my door.
Yeah, that's a possibility. Somebody might take it too seriously. There are people out there like that.
Yes, there is. There are a lot of them. Like you said, I've been around Bobby for 6.5 years and some of the other people for a long time. They know how I joke around and me and brother Mike, I'll tell you what, if we put it on the air and you joke around out there, there's no license.
Roger that.
Anyway, just wanted to put that out there to let people know that you just rather have fun trying to get some started here.
Yeah, I understand. I'm trying to remember what Hillary's, the name of her book was, just to bring up something else.
Don't know what it was. She's probably still doing when she lost the election to Trump, they said, oh, Hillary's going to be on make a second year, this and that. The reason it took so long is because with all the spending and lies and all that, she was so sure that she had the election wrapped up. She didn't have a speech. They had right there behind the speaker there that night on the spot. That's why it took so long for her to get on.
Roger that. I remember she wrote it after she lost to Trump is what happened by Hillary Rodham Clinton. I saw a bookstore where it was in the nonfiction copy of it, you know, out front prominent and all that. I picked it up. I put it over in the fiction area.
Yeah, I hear you. Ain't that the truth? And, now, I read something else about them. They are just big crooks in that. And they had some kind of a foundation set up. And they supposedly were assisting the people in Haiti after the hurricane or something, where people were living in tents and living in other boxes and all that. They had some kind of foundation set up to help those people out. And then when they did some investigations, about 90% of the money that was supposed to go to Haiti went in their pockets.
Oh, yeah, it's the Clinton Foundation. I remember that. Yeah, but they didn't get in any trouble about it. If you or I, or say Mr. Trump or somebody else is conservative, if they love box, something like that, we'd be in jail.
What happened? I realized that when Kennedy was still in there, and on top of things, he was actually keeping those people in check. It was actually more stable when he was there, because once he left, the Clintons and all these people just went crazy.
Yeah, I think I doubled with somebody. Did I double with someone?
Yeah, you double with Bob.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the thing is that back when JFK was in, the Democratic Party was a totally different party than what it is today.
Yeah, I want to talk about JFK. I'm talking about Ted. Many years afterwards, and actually, this started a conspiracy theory. Actually, Bobby Kennedy got his brother killed. Because he was in the industry, and it's always follow the money, follow the Benjamins. How does a immigrant come to the United States, work as a bartender, run illegal liquor, and next generation gets elected to the White House? And when Bobby Kennedy went against the organized crime that put Kennedy in there, that's what happened.
Oh, roger that. I hadn't heard of where Bobby had something to do with it, but I heard that the government did, but not necessarily. I didn't know that there were ties to his brother. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, and just outside downtown, I don't know if you've been to Dallas. I've actually been to Dallas at the conservatory, where supposedly Lee Harvey shot Kennedy, and on the TV, the videos of that look like it's a long way away. But if you're standing at the window of that conservatory where the motorcade went by, you can use a drinking straw and a spitball because it does the same thing.
All right, do that. Well, it's the top of the hour. It's ID time. This is KATJ John with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group. Everybody go ahead and ID. If you're coming on board for the first time, please give your call sign slowly, phonetically, and indicate first time.
KB4, ABJ with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group.
ABJ, number 75 with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group.
Anyone new coming on board that time?
Contact.
Go ahead.
somebody from Saudi Arabia was listening to the Friendly Bunch over there. It was on my SDR just a moment ago.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I got it up, but I didn't see that.
Which one you got up?
I got up the monitor's window.
No, I'm talking about what SDR you got up.
Oh, I don't have an SDR up. I thought you meant on the net logger.
No, on SDR.
Oh, you can tell who's listening to what?
Oh, yeah, you sure can.
Oh,
Yep.
okay, that's neat. You'll have to show me how to do that.
Yeah, you can see who's listening, and guy from Saudi Arabia was there while you guys were talking, and then he went away.
Are you going to try to recruit me about it?
I don't know, but whoever it is, he knows about the Friendly Bunch.
One of you just joke around. And, actually, I'd like to, not just say Saudi Arabia, but Emirates Republic over there. I wouldn't mind going over there.
Yeah, well, that just goes to show you what I said a long time ago when those two English guys were talking about the American amateurs, how they got it made and don't even know it. Well, you know, we can be heard anywhere in the world as long as there is a, connection with the internet.
Yes, sir. That is correct. And I've always said, you don't know who's listening, and that's why you got to be careful what you say. That's why I made the clarification about me joking around, because you don't know who's out there, who's listening, and how serious you're going to take it. And like I said, I got another receiver down here. I just don't have enough room to put it up. It's a all-band, all-band receiver. And, I can tune in around the world and listen to some of those conversations direct. And we hear from the outside looking in. It's a whole lot different.
Well, I got this internet radio. I was listening to a radio station in Hong Kong, what they were saying and everything. They not too nice about the Americans. Let's leave it that way. This is from Hong Kong. But anyway, I heard the other night, I won't mention the group, but there was a guy there made a threat to the President of the United States, and you don't do that on amateur radio. They'll be knocking on your door soon.
Oh, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. They got monitoring facilities, and people hear something and make a phone call, and like I said, they be knocking on your door. But if I'm not mistaken, geographically, Hong Kong is now part of mainland China. Even though it's China, it's like a separate country.
Oh, I know that, but they wasn't talking too good about the Americans on there.
Oh, no, I'm sure they're not. I mean, their side is, what's the place over there? I thought you said the women, not Kim Jong-il or somebody else, but, their side was North Korea, if I'm not mistaken.
No, they're not that. They're actually on our side. That kind of thing. We're supposed to protect them.
What was it?
Hong Kong's on our side?
Oh, yeah, you better believe they are.
Yeah, they used to be,
I guess I need to do some more research on that. My facts are wrong there.
Yeah, they are. John's saying something. Go ahead, John.
yeah, I'm sorry I kept doubling with you guys, but Hong Kong, what was it, 97, got out from under British rule, if I remember right.
Yeah, that's right. And we've signed a treaty with them if, in the event they got attacked by China, we would help them out, but they didn't talk too nice about us. That might be a cover-up, actually.
I've actually been there, Bobby.
Oh, okay. It's a metropolitan area. I mean, it's big business in Hong Kong.
Oh, yeah, it's packed over there. I was over there back in the 80s, back when I was in the Navy, but, I was over there, and I'll tell you, there's more people per square foot there, or square mile there, than anywhere else. I mean, it's jam-packed.
Oh, I know it. You got it right. Yeah, there's a lot of American corporations over there too. So, yeah, Hong Kong's dependent on the Americans to bail them out from China. That's been that way a long time.
I was wrong. I was it. When I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I admit it. But I've been to Hong Kong, but I've been to Shanghai and Beijing. I was just before COVID broke out.
Oh, okay. Anyway, back to you, John. I just thought I'd throw that in there that we were being monitored by somebody. I don't know if it was a guy or girl, but from Saudi Arabia. Back to you.
About that.
Oh, that's me. Contact, go ahead.
Yeah, John. Got one for you here real fast. What do you call a hen that counts eggs?
What do you call what now?
What do you call a hen that counts eggs?
I don't know. What do you call a hen that counts eggs?
A masked chicken. Good night, you guys. I'm out, John.
All right. Good night.
Good night, Gary. God bless.
Sounds free, Gary. No, I mean, even with your cell phone laying on the desk like mine is right now, they can hear what's going on because they say they don't listen in, but even if you're not on a phone call, they can determine what you're talking about.
They say that about smart TVs too.
I've even heard some of these refrigerators that are connected to the internet, they'll tell you what you need to order and all that, or it can even order food for you if it sees that you're low on food, a certain type of food, that they can listen to you through those too.
Yeah, well, you notice these newer computers and newer smartphones, they are more and more intrusive on your privacy, and you gotta go in there and turn stuff off because they know where you're on, what you're doing, where you're going, and the other thing is that cloud-based services, they want all your information on their cloud, on their computer, and it just takes one normal person to step in there, and they got everything on you.
Oh yeah, and if you got one of those Amazon dots or whatever with Alexa, or if you got one of those iPhone things, I forget what name they call this, but yeah, you got one of those or both of those in your house, or the Google thing, they can hear you through all of those too.
Yep, they can, and that's why I go in and disable everything, disconnect and turn it off, cover it up. And there was actually a story about that down here a few years back. One of the school districts had issued computers to their students, and they took them home and were doing things, and the school district turned on the cameras and microphone, was spying on the students, and had a student eat jelly beans and sort jelly beans out by coloring this and that. And if you know, law enforcement was knocking on the door and said he was dealing drugs.
Oh, geez.
Yep, that is a true story. And when they really got the backside spike on that, and I don't know if they recalled all the computers or they shut it down or what, but yeah, they got into they were in a lot of hot water over that one.
I can imagine.
Yep. Anyway, let's say for cell phones, they want you to sign into this, like you said, sign into Google, sign into that, and stay signed in. And they're spying on everything you do. Like I said, I turn all that stuff off, but then you try to go and do something and say, we can't do it unless you're signed in. And I said, well, I guess I'm not doing it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's that time again. This is K8TJ, Kilo 8 Papa Juliet with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group. Name here is John. Please identify. If you're coming on board for the first time, please give your call sign slowly, phonetically indicate first time, wait for the pilot.
AB4 ABJ, number 1 with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group. WA3TOY, first time tonight.
Good to talk to you guys. I'm signing off. I got the rack.
Good night to you. God bless.
Alpha Charlie Foxtrot, first time tonight.
All right, we'll say goodnight to Father Brian. I got WA3, is it TOY?
Roger, Whiskey Alpha 3, Tango Oscar Yankee, first time tonight. Name is Kurt, number 183.
All right, Kurt, I'll get you in the log. And I had another station in there that ended with Alpha Charlie Foxtrot. What's your prefix, please?
Yeah, this is Kilo 8 Alpha Charlie Foxtrot. Kilo 8 Alpha Charlie Foxtrot.
Okay, we'll get you on the log as well. Thanks for joining us. WA3TOY, how you doing tonight?
Oh, not too bad. I couldn't get to sleep, so I came back downstairs and fired up the radio to see if anybody was around. Other than that, we're doing good. WA3TOY.
All right, Kurt, sounds good. Oh, hang around. We've been having a good conversation here. Break with you, and we'll turn it over to K8ACF. How you doing tonight?
Yeah, this is K8ACF, Jeff here in Valley City, Ohio. Haven't been here in a while. Just wanted to pop in and say hello, see how you guys are doing.
Oh, we're doing good, Jeff. You got a good signal tonight.
Well, thank you, thank you.
Well, we aren't all that far apart.
What's your call?
Kilo 8 Papa Juliet. I'm just south of Columbus.
What was it again? I apologize.
K8PJ, Kilo 8 Papa Juliet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it looks like you're just a little over 100 miles away.
Yeah, I used to live just outside of Medina in Rusty Hills when I was a kid.
I'll copy that. Well, I moved from Berea. I'm originally from Massachusetts, but I moved from Berea out to Valley City about a year and a half ago, and love it out here.
Roger that. Yeah, I was asking you one night a while back about people in the Medina 2-meter group, and you said you were fairly new to the area, didn't know.
Oh, that's right. I remember. Yeah, I actually bumped into. I forget what radio I was talking on, but I was talking to some guys over in Grafton the other night. Yeah, so apparently there's some activity around here. But yeah, I'm not always around, so I kind of limited on when I can jump on the radio.
I understand that.
Contact.
Yeah, go ahead, Bobby.
Hey, Jeff, good to hear you, buddy. You sound good in Virginia. We were at Hamvention. Did you make it to that? I bet you didn't.
No, I've been gone for about 5 weeks. We had a long run for about 5 weeks, and got 2 weeks off, and about to start up again next week. So yeah, I've had 2 weeks off. Got a lot of stuff done around the house. Still working on the pool thing. But yeah, man, all's good. I really can't complain. All's good.
Oh, good. I'm guessing Aaron's doing okay. It sounds like he's keeping you busy.
Yeah, we switched back to the stain thing for 5 weeks, and that was, I mean, it wasn't bad. It was a good run. Unfortunately, at the end of it, we ended up in Columbus, Ohio. That was the last show. It was a big festival there. And found out after the show that our original drummer had passed away that evening. So kind of a sad thing. I've known the guy my whole life, and yeah, he struggled with some stuff, and unfortunately got the best of him.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear about that. For sure. It's been a long time since I've been in Ohio, but Beautiful state. I tell you what, coming right when you come out of West Virginia, it just goes flat. I like that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, we went over to our old place tonight to we got some different tenants moving in tomorrow, and I haven't been there in probably 6 or 8 months, and walked in the door and I was just like, oh yeah, like I really love my new place. So all's good, buddy. Can't complain. How's things with you?
Just busy and doing a lot of things. Just get myself together, I guess you could say. It seems like I stay busy every day. I want to stay home and do paperwork and stuff, but I've got to do some stuff for the Friendly Bunch for sure. And I just every day something pops up, and I get out of here, and I don't get back till kind of late. I eat me something, and lo and behold, it's time to get on the radio a little bit. But anyway, certainly good to hear you, and I hope you continue to do good with Aaron, and things do well for you guys.
Yeah, things have been good. Can't really complain. Like I said, we were out for about 5 weeks. Shows went really good. It was good to be back in venues that I enjoy doing, stuff like arenas and amphitheaters and stuff like that. So that was good, and we're going back out again in September, and that'll be more. There'll be some East Coast stuff, but it'll be more than likely, more West Coast stuff. But yeah, man, I've been burning the candle at both ends. It's been good though. Can't complain.
Oh, that's great. That's super. Okay, well, I'll get it back to your fellow Ohioan, and Ohioan. I don't think that's a word, but anyway, back over to John and let him carry on. But good to talk to you.
Yeah, you too, buddy. You too. You take care.
Back to you, John.
Just make it easy on yourself. We're fellow Buckeyes.
Yeah, fellow Buckeyes. There you go.
Ohioan? I don't know.
Is there a word, Ohioans? I know there's Virginians and Carolinians and things like that, but I don't know about the Ohio. I'm going to have to look that one up.
I think in this day and age, you can just make up words. It doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you can call people all different things. He, she, it, whatever, so you can call us Ohioans, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone will care.
I believe that is a word, though. We'll make it our word, okay?
Sounds good. Hey, guys, I'm going to jump out of here. I just want to pop in and say hello, so I'm going to say 73 to you guys. Have a great one. K8ACF.
You too, Jeff. Take care of yourself. God bless.
You
Take
too.
care, Jeff.
Contact.
You're going too, Bob? Oh, okay.
You got a contact.
Yeah, I heard him. Who was in there with contact?
Yeah, WA3TOI. Sometime around this time next year, we're going to be becoming an Ohioan, and we're going to be moving to Albany, Ohio, in Athens County in about a year after I retire. WA3TOI.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll have to come down and see you once you get settled.
Come again?
I said I'll have to come down and visit you once you get settled in.
There you go. Yeah,
Contact.
we're looking at moving out there and getting away from this expensive area here in the Baltimore-Washington corridor.
Yeah, roger that. Bobby, go ahead.
Yeah, he's coming to the mountain. You'll get to meet him.
Okay, that sounds good.
He's been before.
Roger that. Yeah, he's got his 183. Well, it's that time again, everybody. This is KATJ with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group. We'll go ahead and identify. Everybody give your call, and if you're coming on board for the first time, give your call sign slowly, phonetically indicate first time, wait for the pileup.
AB4, ABJ, number 1 with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group.
WA3TOI.
I heard somebody really like John.
I think that was Brian, KD4UTO, wasn't it?
No, it was another station. I'm actually upstairs. I'll go come down and see if I can hear him.
Was there somebody else in there that wanted to join us?
I must be hearing things. I didn't hear him that time.
Neither did I.
Okay.
Yeah, you said you hadn't been to Ohio for a while. You were just up here last month. Well, this month.
I know. I'm talking about before then, you know.
Okay.
I heard somebody that time.
Yeah, who's that? Go ahead.
Yeah, this KBAPRU. I just tried getting my employer kicked out on me.
Okay, give me your call again.
Kilo, Bravo, Papa, Romeo, Delphi.
KBAPRU. How you doing tonight?
I am doing good, brother. I asked a question for Bobby. What is the cost of hosing out there up on the mountain?
Bobby, go ahead.
I didn't hear it. I was busy doing something. Yeah, go ahead and ask that question again.
Bobby, what is the property out there in the mountains? What kind of money are they talking about?
Well, it's $79.95 a night for a basic room, and then I don't know because we're going to have a catered meal up at the mountain, and I have no idea what that's going to cost until about 2 weeks prior to us coming up there. But it's, you know, food, it's expensive. And then when you go out to eat with us, you can, you know, order what you like, okay?
All right, but I was just kind of curious what it is up on that.
I'm sorry, say again?
I was kind of curious what it is up in that area.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Well, at least it wasn't last year. But with that ticket you buy up at the mountain for your meal, that's your ticket to win all the prizes you're going to win anyway. So it kind of offsets itself, really, a lot.
I'm going to shut down. I got an amplifier kicking out on me, popping on me. I'm going to have to shut down. So, Franklin let me into the net. It's my first time tonight I checked in. So, I got to clear.
Oh, yeah, well, I wish you could stick with us, but I guess you got a transistor amp or something that's not liking what it's seeing. Anyway, yeah, we look forward to seeing you there. That's great. There you go, John. I don't think he's ever talked to us before, but he knows about the mountain get-together. That's why I want our controllers to just keep on keeping on, because there's many more people out there for sure. But, yeah, I'm upstairs. I'm coming downstairs right now, John. Go ahead.
Yeah, he's checked in with us before because he's in red on my net locker, so he's been in here before.
Oh, okay. I'm not downstairs. I can't see it. I thought it was first time. So, anyway, I'll be downstairs in a minute.
Contact.
Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, I just thought the Charles, KDHPRU, Charles, are you still on frequency? Got a copy on that APCS? Yes, I am, Miss Charlie. KDHPRU. Well, good evening, Charles. It's good to hear you. And just looking, it looks like you're a little bit east of Howard Lake, Michigan. Correct, and about 25 miles from Home Lake. We're not seeing you guys coming down here to Atlanta tonight. And believe it or not, I was actually born in Lansing. And spent the first few years of my life out there in Lansing, Ministry, Mackinac Island, over there in California. And used to travel I-35 to Howard Lake quite a bit. And did a few activities in that area when I was younger. Yeah, well, I've been just about all the way around this area. Coming to Zero, I drove trucks for a few years, and I went south all the time, and just about everywhere I went out across the country. I went just about everywhere. But I got a local job, and I stay pretty much in Michigan all the time. Yep, I hear you. And, you know, my dad still live up there in southwest of Michigan, and for the life of me can't explain why. Because he's got other places he can go, but yeah, he likes to stay out there and goes up to Michigan during the summer. And curious, let me ask this. I remember Charles growing up, they used to do some ice fishing up in that area. And there were some lakes that had sturgeon in them. And in the winter, do they still do that up there? I think that's third lake. Third lake up in Okay, I got you, yeah. And that was something else. We used to salmon fish at Grand Traverse Bay in the fall with friends. But anyway, Charles, I heard you're there. And good stuff. I could make it up there to north central Michigan. And I guess I did. And you sounded great guys in Atlanta, buddy. And yeah, it's good hearing you. And please keep stopping by. Love to get you in there. And there's some other things about that area we can talk about. We're not going to do it now. But Charles, good hearing you. 73s. And I'll let you send it back there to John. All right, 73s, Leo. It's nice meeting you, buddy. KBHTLU.
All right, I hope you get that amplifier situation straightened out.
Contact John.
It's getting me trouble what I think it is. I don't know.
All right, well, good luck in figuring it out. Go ahead, Bobby.
Yeah, that's who I think that's who we were hearing when he was losing that amp, but he's sounding good now. All right, carry on. I'm still doing something upstairs. I'm trying to get something finished before we finish up tonight, so back to you.
Okay, roger that. Anybody else out there with any comments before we ID?
Contact.
Go ahead, Grant.
Yeah, you can log me in K4GKG.
Yeah, I recognize that voice anywhere.
How you doing tonight, John?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm kind of resting up now. I had a busy day today. I don't know, there were just 1,000 little things that needed to get done. I got 114 of them done.
So you keep that close to the track?
Well, that just means I didn't get very many of them done. You know how it is. You get started on one project and all of a sudden you get distracted by something else.
Yeah, I know how that works.
But we had a beautiful day today. It's about almost 80 degrees. Sunshiny, partly cloudy in places, but mostly sunshiny. And beautiful days. But I didn't get the chance to get out that much because I was tinkering around the house. But that's just the way it goes.
Contact.
Yeah, let's do the ID and then I'll let you have it, Bobby. This is KPJ with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group. So everybody go ahead and ID. And if you're coming on board first time, please give your call sign slowly, phonetically, and indicate first time after the pileup.
I'm back downstairs, KB4ABJ, number 1 with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group.
WA3TNY.
K4GKG. All right, anyone new coming on board that time? Go ahead, Bobby.
Yeah, Grant, we were actually talking about you a while ago. I was asking about, well, I actually made the comment, which you told me, that we're going to have another geomagnetic storm, and sure enough, it's in the news. I didn't get to read all the article, but they said it could be just as bad as the other one, and the aurora up there, you'll be able to see it from North Carolina. So anyway, and I mentioned, well, you keep up with that stuff. So it is next week, this coming up week, right?
Yeah, probably in the next couple days, and then it'll last probably a good week. As long as that CME and the solar flares are they're just now starting to turn towards, if you put it on a clock dial, about the 8 o'clock, 7:30 position, and we're not in danger until we get like in the 6 o'clock position. That'll put us in the direct line. And as long as we don't get any major eruptions during that time, we'll be okay. But there's been some pretty big ones that kicking off the back and off the 90-degree side of it.
Okay. All right. I know you sent us an email on all that stuff, and I haven't looked at it yet. I'm like you. Time I turn around, there's something else that comes up, and it'll pop in my mind. Well, I got to go do this, and I got to go do that, and that's what I've been doing today. So, but next week's going to be a bear. Gosh, I got to be gone 3 days out of next week, which I really hate. I got a dentist appointment, I've got an eye appointment, and I got a doctor's appointment. 3 days, okay?
So when you getting your gardens filled, when are they going to put the fill in them?
The fill in what?
The fill in your ditches you were digging.
Oh, they've already done all that. They've already done the mulching and everything.
Oh, so that project's off the list then. Very good. And you're happy with it. It must look good, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, I'll send you some pictures. I got pictures of it, yeah. Yeah, that looks real good.
Very good. All right. Very good, Bobby. Yeah, I'll just be sitting on the side. If I hear something, I'll get in.
All right. I got to build 2 rock walls, though, that I had to take down. This time I'm going to cement them in there like it's supposed to be. So it's out of slate rock, and it keeps the mulch from washing away. So anyway, I know what I'm doing with it. I've done one before. Actually, I've done 2, but I didn't cement them in, so they kind of got buried in the mulch after about 3 or 4 years. So I'm going to go out and build them higher and cement the bottom ones in only. You don't cement the top ones in because you'll see the cement, but you just do the bottom part. And I'm going to get that done before summer, I guess. I need to.
Well, that sounds like a major project. One you're on your knees, bent over all day.
Yeah, on your knees all day, yep. Well, they're not too big of a walls. My big wall's out front. I didn't do that. The garden guy did that. But I know how to do these others. I got to go get a pallet of rock. They will not sell you a half a pallet. Got to be a whole pallet, and it's $350. But anyway, I'll take care of that.
Yeah, the problem with that is you usually end up with twice as much as you need, but what do, right?
Yeah, but I can do some stuff. My neighbor likes them so much, she wanted to know if I could build her one. So I said, yeah, I'll do it when I get the rock.
All right, there you go. Well, have fun with that project. I'll pass on that. I'll pay to have it done. I can't bend over that long, and my ambition just doesn't drive me there anymore.
I know that, but I could get this guy to do it, but he'd probably be 5 or 6 months before he could get to it. So I'll just do it. It's not a big deal.
Have you something to do?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like I don't have nothing to do. All right, I'll get it back to John. Back over to you, John.
Yeah, I can't crouching down like that and down on my knees. My legs end up falling asleep. I can't do that for very long. I got to keep moving around.
Got good circulation in your legs, or do they ache sometimes?
It's not that bad. It's just that when I get down, I'm, fold them underneath myself, and they end up starting to hurt and fall asleep.
Oh, okay. Well, I move around. I mean, I don't stay on my knees forever, but a little bit, and then I stack the rock and cement them in, and then build the rest of it. But you start out with a big slate rock at the bottom, and come up and get smaller and smaller. It'll look cool. I'll show y'all how it's done. It's not a big deal. You just got to lay it out right.
Yeah, I do that. Is there somebody else in there who want to make a comment?
Yeah, Josh, I thought we were good. Yeah, Bob, that's a few up to the point that I was out of time to kind of look this time. Hi. But anyways, Grant, 2-4 TKG, copy on APCM.
Yeah, Bob, how you doing tonight?
We survived this past week. That's about all I can say. Even though it's a short week, we had a pile of stuff on top of this, but we made it through. But anyways, you sent out those stuff about the players and CMEs. Can you get my email address on that list and send that to me?
Yeah, I can do that to you. If you've got a pencil real handy, you can get the best information from a website on YouTube called Suspicious Observer. Suspicious Observer.
Roger, Suspicious Observer. Got it, buddy. And I'm going to throw something out there. This is pure local fun there, Grant, and I had pretty mystic. All these solar flares and CMEs, it's all because of global warming, and it's all Trump's fault.
Yeah, we're just in a big cycle right now. We're coming up on solar maximum, right? And that means that the sun's activities are going to get extreme over what they normally are. Plus, the sun's going through a magnetic switch, and the Earth's going through a magnetic switch. And what that's doing, it's breaking down a little bit the electromagnetic field that's surrounding us. So we're getting bombarded with a little more energy, and we've got a less defense. Our defenses are down a bit.
Yep, I understand what you're saying. I understand it. I don't know. Tell me, there's no way to control that. That's totally out of our hands. And, we just have to live with it. Maybe we can run a sci-fi movie about that where it's leaking out of the atmosphere or some point that we all can cook.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that's going to happen. The only thing we can do is kind of build up a defense because we've got so much relying on digital technology, and that's exactly the target that if we have any issues, that's what's going to be it, is all our digital electronics, computers, television, satellites. And even the last flare affected the GPS satellites to where the farmers that were using global positioning to plant their crop rows, all of a sudden their tractors went askew, and it was because the satellites shut down because of the EMF that came off the sun 3 days prior.
Yep, I get it. I understand. And, it's back to the silo play, when it all breaks down, the networks go down, and there's no communications, depending on the CMEs and how far propagation and what frequencies. We got two-way amateur radio to keep the communications up, and that's why it's such an important hobby, and also amateur radio has led the way in a lot of experimentation and advancement in communications over the years. But I get it, I understand it, and not too many people do these days.
Yeah, just one more comment, because I know we're coming up on a time, but the problem is I'm curious to see what happens to ham radio. A lot of us, we got radios and stuff, but we're not sure. I'm not sure that the circuit boards, the surface mounts, all of the equipment that's involved with that, with these big antennas, the wires hanging out everywhere, I'm not so sure they're going to be able to withstand the type of EMP that would disable the systems completely. It might. I don't know.
Yep, I know what you're saying. It's sort of like EMP from a nuclear detonation, wiping out electronics and this and that. And, my equipment, not saying it's state-of-the-art, but in my state-of-the-art, my equipment's 50 years old, and it doesn't have a lot of the modern electronics in there. I'm not on it. It's disconnected, and I imagine I can do some shielding around it. But I understand. You can wipe everything out. So anyway, Grant, thanks for coming back to me. I'll check that site out, and we're on the ID, so I'll let you set it back up there, John.
All right, Bob. Yep, for sure. All right, John, back to you, Friday.
All right, thank you, guys. This is K8PJ, Kilo 8 Papa Juliet John. with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group. Everybody go ahead and IB. If you're coming on board for the first time, please give the call sign slowly. Phonetically indicate first time. Wait for the pilot.
KB4ABJ, number 1 with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group.
K4, GKG.
WA310Y.
All right, do we have anybody new that time?
Alpha Bravo 8 Foxtrot, number 175.
AB8F, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good, John. In a busy May. Looking forward to getting into June, I think. Of course, I don't think it's going to slow down much.
I don't think so, Dwight.
Yeah, there's always something going on around here. It's seems like it's just a busy time. When I was working, I don't know how I got all this stuff done when I was working. Now that I'm retired, I think I've stayed far busier than I ever was.
Yeah, I'm the same way. It seems like I don't have the time that I can go to work and get all this stuff done. I'm in the same boat. I understand.
Yeah, it's hard to figure how I made it happen, but it happened, I guess, because I've made it this far.
Roger that. I'm coming up. Well, it's 11 months now. I'm coming up on a year of being retired, and I would have thought I'd have a lot more done than what I've got done.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Well, let's see. I guess October will make me, because I retired early, I guess it'll make me 6 years in October, and I'm still way behind, John.
Roger, do we ever catch up now?
I don't think we do.
Yeah, I think you're right on that. There'll always be a list of stuff that you want to get done, or somebody else wants you to get it done.
Yeah, that's the big one right there, for sure.
I don't have to worry about that. I don't have an ex-YL or a girlfriend or anything like that presently, so it's just my list.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, when you got two lists, that makes it double tough, for sure.
Yeah, roger that.
I appreciate you getting me in here tonight, John. I was listening to the guys talking about the geomagnetic storm, and I didn't know if they was through or not, but if they had some more to talk about it, I'd sure like to listen in. I'm always interested in that.
Yeah, it is interesting. The thing is, I'll let you and Grant, Bob know, this is the 4th cycle I've been through, been licensed that long, and I think this, I don't recall it being this bad with the other 3 cycles, the peaks that I've witnessed as a ham, but I wasn't quite as active on some of those, but it seems like this one's a lot worse than the last 3.
Yeah, I really can't comment on that, John, because I've been more active on this one than any of the others too. I've had my license for a while, but I was out of the hobby for a little while I was working, and I wasn't in here much, so I can really only comment on this cycle, to be honest.
Yeah, roger that.
Contact.
Go ahead, Grant.
Yeah, John, I think that some of the reason it might seem more intense is that I'm not sure over the last few of them whether or not the Earth was going through its magnetic shifts at the same time as the solar maximum, or whether they were a little bit off in timing. But that might be making the biggest difference. That's the one thing that comes to mind, kind of knowing what I know from what I've been learning over the last couple of years.
Yeah, roger that. That could be. Very well could be.
There's been such little attention paid to solar. Everything, the climate and everything has always been turned to blaming man and industry, factories, pollution, all that stuff. And very little of the science that involves the sun, because it's a relatively, basically new science in the real understandings with the satellites and views and the cameras that we have these days. But it's never been really applied to the weather and the climate. And it's just now starting to be recognized by many, many now scientists in the regular mass media, they're starting to come up with agreements so that the sun controls more of our climate than what we are controlling down here on the earth as mankind.
But will they admit it, Grant? Will these guys come out and admit, well, maybe we was wrong about man doing it, and it's actually had these other forces? Will they ever come out and admit it?
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're just now starting to do that. We're just now starting to see some real recognized scientists coming out and saying, yep, this has really got more of a effect and it needs to be applied. But they didn't even use solar analysis. That's a good word. In the last prediction model that they built, they didn't put any solar into it. So that prediction is not going to be accurate. It's just going to be another guess into the dark. But I see there are more scientists getting recognized now. And I think that the public is being made aware more of how the politics and the money has led the science into saying what it says, even though it may not be 100% true.
Roger that. Well said, well said. Contact.
Good about it.
Yeah, that James Webb telescope they got up there, David, good evening, good to hear you and have you in here. But that James Webb telescope, they're having to rewrite the science books from what it's discovering. And there's some things that they've discovered they're not going to discuss with the general public yet. So they're seeing things that they just didn't know that really existed. So, you know, it's an incredible thing when you got scientists saying, hey, we made a mistake, we got to go back and rewrite the science books. That's a big step forward in the world of science, I think. Good evening to you, David. Good evening, Bobby.
Well, Bobby, one thing is, they're going to try to hush them up because look at all the money that's being made by these climate control people that are trying to get us to change everything because it's all man's fault. You know, climate control is not a science, it's a religion.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, follow the dollar. That's a shame, but yeah, I tell you what, our scientists are rethinking everything now. They've seen a lot of things that they've not discussed with us. And it even said that on U.S. News and World Report I was reading a while ago about the Webb telescope. That is, that within itself is a marvel. And what it's seeing is just blowing their mind.
Yeah, roger that. Well, you know, these climate change gurus, they aren't going to want to hear all this stuff.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I think if anybody can go out with, I'm talking about a great telescope and see what's really up there, and then they can turn around and say there's no God, there's none of that at all, they're crazy. Because that stuff up there did not get put there by accident. No way.
No, how everything works together, and as my friend, his saying is he'll put his fingers together, he goes, look at how everything dovetails together. You know, it's just not an accident. You know, there's a very powerful being behind all of this.
Yeah, and you know, when I did go out, and I need to get Grant and me to get together, go out again, but when I would go out with the telescope, my brother, and we would see stuff, we logged over 400 different objects in a year's time, and I've seen stuff that I just, wow, you just walk away from it feeling like, you know, our problems here on Earth are not that big of a deal, but look what's up above us. That right there is a big deal.
Yeah, roger that. Well, it's about that time again. I'll go ahead and say this is KHPJ John with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group. Please identify if you're coming on board for the first time. Give your call sign slowly, phonetically, indicate first time, and wait for the pileup.
KB4ABJ, number 1 with the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group. WA3TRY.
K4GKG.
AB80.
Anyone knew that time? Hey, Grant.
Yeah, John.
you know who AOC is, that New York congresswoman?
Oh, yeah, the bartender.
Yeah, she wants to study the sun by sending up a capsule up there. And they said, no, it wouldn't work. Can't do that. She goes, oh, yeah, you can do it. Just have it land at night.
Yeah, Elon Musk and his little car he sent up there, I think that's a pretty good example. Hey, by the way, there is a satellite on the backside of the sun that records everything from the backside, and we can download it at some point. I don't know, but it's pretty interesting to see what's actually going on the sunny side of the sun, I should say.
Yeah, roger that. That'd be neat. I'm wondering, since the sun is basically a big ball of gas, I wonder if you can get an RF signal through the sun.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Gravity would never, I don't think it would ever, that could happen. I don't think so.
Yeah, roger. Yeah, Bob wrote on the aim window, follow the Benjamins. Ain't that the truth? Go ahead, contact.
Yeah, Grant, one more time, give me that website again.
I sent it to you in your email. It's in your email now.
Okay, roger. Cat Kid or Bob G?
Oh, I'll have to look. Let me see. I'll get right back to you, Bob.
Contact John.
Go ahead.
Well, whatever happens, just blame it on Trump and we'll be okay, right?
That's about how it works, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Everything's his fault.
Well, it can't be anybody else's.
Yeah, I know. I'm just messing with you.
I know, that poor man, he's been through so much.
I know, but you know what? I said this a long time ago. Look what he's been through. But yet he done such a fabulous job. I mean, he put the United States on the right path, and we were going at it big time, and we know what happened after that.
Contact.
Yeah, go ahead, contact.
Bob, Cat Keed, 101.
Roger. I'll walk across it and check it out. Thank you, sir.
Clear.
Anyway, yeah, the thing is that everything that they were throwing at him when he was president, you look at that, he had to deal with all that stuff, and then look at all the stuff that he got done while all that stuff was hitting him from the side.
I know. He had some people up there that were geniuses. In other words, that guy on Fox News, Lesko, I think that's his last name. He's a little goofy, but I tell you what, he's smart when it comes to financing.
Contact.
Go ahead, Grant.
Yeah, but he was a failure because he didn't get Mexico to pay for the wall.
Oh, is that what they said? Okay. Well, it was being built. I know that.
Yeah, Biden's even building it now. Yeah, he was going to do it through taxes, tariffs, and maybe cut off the aid that we were sending down to him a little bit, instead of... but everybody took it out like they were going to come out with the Benjamins and pay for the wall. Right, okay.
Yep, that's right. Well, we need something down there because they're talking, we don't know who's in the country right now, and it's a danger to our society.
Well, according to Joe, inflation is at 9% when he took over, and it's all Trump's fault.
That's right. I think when Trump left, it was like 1.2%, our inflation rate. And now we're over 9, almost 10.
Yeah, everything's gone up at least 20%.
Oh, yeah, especially food.
Everything but my dollar.
I can buy for myself at the grocery store. I don't know how much you buy, John. I go out and eat. I kind of mix it up a little bit. But it cost me today $80.
Oh, roger that. Yeah, it gets more expensive every time you go to the store. And heck, they were talking at McDonald's, what was it, the Big Mac meal? It used to be like $5-6, now it's over $10.
Yep, that's exactly right. Fast food, it's going to cost you $10-11, that kind of thing. You go out and eat, it's probably, Applebee's or somewhere, it's going to cost you $20 to $25. If you go to the Outer Banks and go out to eat, it's going to cost you right around $30 to go out and eat. That's what it costs.
So Roger that, and on top of that, they want to pay their workers at McDonald's and all the fast food places minimum wage at least $15 an hour now.
That's right. You got to contact, so go ahead.
Go contact.
Yeah, there was a comment, and John, you just talk about what fast food costs. Yeah, you just said it. Raise the minimum wage, try to get these entry-level employees on minimum wage, try to make a living wage. And, your happy meal is going to be $20, $30. That's why a lot of places in California are closing down. So, anyways, I'll be quiet. Y'all think about it.
I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of these stores like Walmart and Kroger, the grocery store up here, well, I think you guys got Kroger down there, I'm not sure. But Kroger's a big grocery store up here in this area of the country. A lot of them have gone to the self-checkouts.
Contact.
Yep, self-checkouts and, some of the fast food places, a lot of them now are going to those kiosks to order. So, every kiosk they put in is an employee that's not working. And, again, that employee not working wants to be on the government dole.
Roger that. Go ahead, Bobby.
Yeah, the checkouts in Lowe's now, they got like 8 lanes, nobody over there. Then they got 2 lanes. I'll make that 4 lanes. There, 2 lanes in combination, so there's 4 places to check out. But it's self-checkout, and they got a girl there that does nothing but help you check out. Just one girl instead of 5. So, that's what it's going to. And Lowe's, I think Lowe's, a lot of people don't like self-checkout like that, but anyway, Lowe's is going to be experimenting, and I guarantee you they're going to turn around and go back to having checkouts again.
Yeah, well, they had a lot of theft because of the self-checkouts. People just don't scan all the stuff that they're putting in the bags and putting in their cart, taking out, and so it's getting to the point. That's one of the reasons why the Walmarts around here, they used to be open 24/7. Now they're open from 6 a.m. to like 11 p.m. because they figured out most of their theft was from 11 to 6 in the morning. So I don't know if they've done that down there where you guys are at. We also have Menards. It's another place that it's like a Lowe's or Home Depot, but they're self-checkout as well.
Contact.
But, the Lowe's up here are like that, too, where you got one girl that watches over like half a dozen registered self-checkouts.
Contact.
Okay, you got a contact.
Yeah,
Yep.
And the sad part of it all is, when I go to the grocery store, even though it's just a grocery store, I have a personal contact with my cashier. Like, if I need to find something, I can go up to her and she say, hey, Grant, it's over here. That's where you need to go. When I go to check out, how you doing today? How the kids? They're my neighbors. They're my neighborhood, the people in my town and whatnot. So all that relationship interaction now is gone. It's strictly machine to wallet, and that's it.
Roger. One other thing I'll say is that there was a time not too long ago I was at Walmart, went through the self-checkout, and before I could leave, this lady standing there at the door. In fact, there were 2 of them standing there, and she wanted to see my receipt. I had it between my fingers in my left hand as I was pushing the cart. She was on my right, and she started grabbing for the receipt, and I pulled it away from her. She goes, I want to see what, I want to check your receipt. I said, well, you could have seen what I bought if you had checked me out, and I kept walking.
Contact.
Go ahead. Go ahead,
Hey,
Bobby.
I wanted to, Grant sent me an email from K7BSV. This guy, I know what this is. That has to do with the weather net. We've run into them before, but we're being heard out in, where's this at? Wisconsin out there? So I don't know. The guy's kind of getting around where he's saying we'd rather y'all not be on this frequency. I've been there and done that. I know he's from Montana. So, Grant, thank you for sending that to me, okay?
Yeah, I didn't take offense to it or anything. I just think that, you know, if the band goes long, it might happen. Man, they're a half-hour net, so, you know, they can deal with it, move up, down, whatever.
Yeah, they got QSY to 3.578.5 upper sideband digital portion of the band. I've never heard of that, but anyway, I know it's ID time. Back over you, John.
Comment real quick, and then we got to wrap it up.
Okay, thank you, John. Grant, like Bobby said, we've been through that before. Don't worry about it. You take care of it. With the grocery stores, they also put up barriers where you can't walk out the doors anymore because of, again, California passing a law where you can steal up to $1,000 and not be charged with it. And we got people down here, loading their carts up and trying to walk out the front door with it. And so they put barriers up. And with the self-checkouts, just at Thanksgiving, Terry was at the Kroger down here, and the people in line in front of her rang up about $150 worth of groceries on their cart and walked out the door without paying for it. And she witnessed that firsthand. So, anyway, gentlemen, John, back to you. We are out of time.
Yeah, we're out of time for tonight, so we'll go ahead and close her down. I'll remind everyone that the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group, we're here on 3919 every night from 7 to 11 p.m. Tomorrow night's a special night at 8 p.m. The kids take over the moderating and the frequency from 8 o'clock until whenever they give it back to us old timers. But it's a lot of fun to listen into. If you have any kids, grandkids, nieces, nephews, neighborhood kids that might be interested in ham radio, it's a great time to get them here on frequency and to be able to talk to kids there in their age group all over the eastern part of the United States here. A lot of fun to listen to them too. With that, I'll say 73 all. Everybody have a good night and a great tomorrow. We'll talk to you all tomorrow. JAPJ73, closing this session of the Friendly Bunch Conversation Group.
Okay, thank you, John, and everybody. Yeah, John's right. Kids' night tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Anyway, enjoyed it. Loved the conversation tonight. I'm going to turn the deadbolt, cut off the light, scoop up the big kitty cat, toss cat in the bed, and go to sleep maybe. And we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Stay on the warm side of the door. 45 last night, it's 55 now. So we'll see how it goes tonight. KB4ABJ, number 1 with the Friendly Bunch. We're clear. Good night.
Hey, Bobby, that guy's letter just it made me feel good because it made me sound like my radio was working real good, getting all the way up to Montana. K4, GKT, God bless our troops and first responders. QRT.
Thanks, everybody, and Greg, later gets further we get, and, I'll hear you, brother. Good signal. Y'all have a great night. It's been fun. Y'all take care, and we'll catch you about 11 tonight. And ABCF, QRT.
Good night, guys. AB, it is clear.
73's on. God bless all of you. God bless the United States of America. K4XTX.
Hey, Grant, you still there?
Yeah, I'm on low power.
I was going to say, even a blind squirrel gets lucky and finds a nut.
That's right. That's right, baby. That's right. All right. Talk to you later, John. You have a good night. K4, ZKG.
73 KPJ.
You just send your signal report again, please.
Oh, very good. Thanks. It's 33, 33, 33, 33. Triplets, 33, 33. Over.
And that is a Roger contact. Folks, that brings us to the end of round number 2. This is Whiskey 9, Whiskey Golf, net control for this session of the 3905 Century Club. Worked all states in the Extra WorksNet. For information about our club and its operations, please visit the club website, 3905ccn.org. Are there any questions or comments before we ask for additional check-in?
Do we have any more check-ins? 3905 Century Club, please come now. Call sign and location. WHJCS. Dan, General, please.
Roger. WHJCS, relay for net control. Looking for check-ins for the Century Club 40-meter, sorry about that, 75-meter early net call now. Check-in, seconds, or relays on check-ins, call now. Nothing heard here, again, WHJCS.
WHJCS, thank you for looking. Oscar 4, Lima Echo, Mike Allen, a General, please.
Roger, sir. This is KO4LEM. It's just net control. Looking for check-ins. For 3905, 75-meter early net. All stations are welcome. Please come now with your call, sign, and location. Check-ins. Looking for check-ins. Please come now with your call, sign, and location. And nothing heard, sir. KO4LEM, connect.
All right, thank you for looking, Alan. This is Whiskey 9, Whiskey.
You're going to run badly, and they know it. That's why they're so triggered.
Ham radio, Dago. Okay. Well, that's a misdemeanor.
And to LYM.
That's a misdemeanor until... You guys believe what he says?
They're all triggered, the poor little faggots. The guy can't even get his two tongues.
You're really serially stupid. You know, he can't even go to Canada now because he's a convicted felon. He can't go to Canada. Can't go to the
He can go anywhere he wants, you freaking Dago.
He can't go to Israel.
He can't leave the city of Manhattan without permission from his PO. Nobody listens to the ham radio wop.
I'm just telling you the truth. You know, when you break the law, you have to pay the price.
He ain't no wop.
Trump has to ask his PO where he can go.
So does Hollywood have to, they're going to do a remake of 12 Angry Men, but they're going to call it 4 Angry Men now?
When you break the law, you
made them all angry.
Remember, he won fraud.
They lost it in the court of public opinion.
You're ignorant. You're one of the dumbest.
Yeah, because it only takes 4 people. You don't need unanimous.
Trump's attorneys picked the goddamn.
Yeah, well, they won this court case the same way they won in the election by cheating.
They re-resurrected it after a 7-year statute of limitation, which makes it null and void.
4 Trump sympathizers? Out of the 12 on that jury, there's got to be at least 1 or 2 that were Trump sympathizers.
They were.
You on Trump
were 3 of them.
See how many sympathizers you get, Joey.
34 times.
Trump's lawyers picked the jury.
Your argument is...
Yeah, so New York City, right? You're going to find them.
He was guilty.
Oh, it's fair. It's fair if we win, but if we lose, it's rigged.
And it should be independent of who you are, right? I mean, that's what you guys say.
Oh, it's only fair if we win.
That's right.
If we lose, it's rigged.
If they win, otherwise it's crooked.
If we lose, it's rigged.
But he can't go to Canada right now. He cannot go to Canada. They won't let him in.
He can't leave Manhattan without permission from his PO. PO got to give him permission.
You want a president that you could tell your kids, hey, little Johnny, don't be afraid if you get a felony.
Where'd all these shit-tarts come from?
You can still be president.
You can be, you can still be president. The PO will tell you where you can go. But nobody cares about going to that shithole north of us, Canada. It's run by a little freaking asshole like little Hitler.
Are you telling me that there wasn't 1 Trump sympathizer on that jury? 12 people. That's That's hard to believe, boys.
There were 3 of them.
They saw the evidence. The evidence was clear. It was overwhelming.
34 counts.
You guys are going to have to face it. You're going to have to cinch it up, put your big boy pants on, and decide if you're willing to vote for a felon.
I would vote for Trump over Biden or anyone else any day of the week.
Well, that's fine, but you don't matter because you're an idiot.
He's going to have to ask you for votes. Can I leave the city?
Yeah, you're real smart. I can tell. Look how successful you are there, Painesville, Mikey. You're not successful. You're a loser.
Yeah. I'm as successful as I need to be.
There's still a few people out here with brains. Not many. Not many, I will admit that.
Yeah, but you ain't one of them there, shit-tard.
Are you okay to have that president as a felon?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Well, that's because you're a bum. You don't see that there's any moral high ground of the president. You don't care.
So, you're trying to stand here and say that your hero, lover, Obama, or Biden, hadn't done anything wrong since he's been in the leadership?
Little loser union carpenter, don't put words.
Traitor Joe Biden is the worst thing that's ever sat in the White House.
Not Joe Biden, but Donald Trump.
Under 4 years, look what he's turned this country into. It's incredible.
Trump is a felon. Do you understand what the implications of that? Do you get it?
Yeah, it would be the same as if they gave you a class in elementary school for you to attack the little boys in.
It was not balanced, not one bit.
It would be the same as if they gave you a little classroom in elementary school so you could molest the boys in it.
Well, that sounds like your hobby. I'm not interested in that.
Oh, yeah, you are. Been on your wave since I started back in 2013. You being a child molester and a white beater, buddy.
Oh, no, it's just the left is out to get Donald Trump. No, it's not the left. Donald Trump is a bad guy. Donald Trump is a bad guy. He's a felon.
Convicted felon 34 times.
He was much, much better under Donald Trump than it is this rotting corpse in the White House right now.
You know, people that are bad people end up with felony records.
They get hurt in prison.
Oh, how do you know? From experience there, Joe?
No, I have a perfectly clean record because I have morals, unlike Donald Trump.
No, it's not because you have morals, asshole. It's because you keep changing your address every freaking time you think you got in too much trouble so no one can find you. And then you change your call sign to boot.
Counts of tax evasion.
He's under house arrest right now. He's not allowed to leave his house.
Tax evasion. That was his
he has to have other people bring his food, dog food, whatever else he said he eats up to it. Because he can't go out in public. Somebody sees him in public, they're going to kick the living tar out of him.
I mean, but when the mafia guys get put in jail, you're okay with that. But Donald Trump just got, he got hammered. He deserves to get hammered because he's a crook.
Please
He's always been a crook. He's just conned the American people.
You know Donald Trump got shafted when MSNBC, CNN, and a couple other of the legal analysts said that court was a joke, that there was nothing that you could follow. And he was supposed to have his accusation put in front of him so they knew what they were defending him against. And they didn't do it until the last day, right before they sent the jury out to figure out what they wanted to vote for. They didn't have an actual crime listed that they were charging him with. That is bullshit. And when you got the left telling you it's bullshit, you know they fucked up.
No, they didn't. It was a...
KC1RMY, I'm gonna go QRT. So, just waving a hand out to those who matter. You guys have a great night.
Hey, Fred, 7-3. Nice beer.
Yeah, 7-3, Fred. I don't blame you one bit. 12 a.m.
There were 12 people.
Hey, you too, guys. Have a good one. 7-3.
2 or 3 of them were Trump sympathizers. That's
How do you figure that?
numbers work.
How do you figure that, moron?
And if you've got 2 or 3 that were Trump sympathizers and they saw a hole in the case, they'd still be deliberating.
How do you figure that they were Trump sympathizers? How do you figure they were Trump sympathizers? Because 3 of the jurors, 2 of them said they watch Fox News, and the other one said the only news he gets is from Truth Social. Well, watching Fox News doesn't make him a Trump sympathizer. Oh, yeah, trying to pick up stuff that they wanted to know before they went in there. It was legit. Get over it.
The bottom line is 3 or 4 people on that jury would have had a problem convicting him if the evidence was weak. The evidence was overwhelming. And then now what you have to decide, are you okay with that? Are you okay, all you moralistic religious people out there?
Christians.
Are you okay with putting a felon as your president?
At least fine Christians enjoy having a felon as Donald Trump.
Well, you're not a moralistic.
I would even vote for Nixon again.
I'm not talking to you. You're just a total dirtbag.
At least fine Christian evangelicals don't mind a felon and a rapist in the White House.
You're just a scumbag, loser, dirtbag. I don't even want to talk to you.
You're way looser than dirt, a-hole. Way loose. Way lower than dirt.
You're just an ignorant.
You're way lower than dirt, you worthless dago.
I'm talking to the people that pretend.
If we're a bunch of dirtbag losers, and you're so high and mighty, why are you here talking to us? Shouldn't you just kind of move your ass on, go somewhere else, find somebody else to bother? Leave us the fuck alone.
He's the dago on radio. He has to follow us everywhere. And if we're not on, we got a Trump on. We got a trigger Trump on. He doesn't have a family. He doesn't have a hobby. Fucking up ham radio is his hobby.
I think you're suffering from
and of course attacking little kids and beating his wife. Those are the other 2. You know, molesting little kids and beating his old lady.
And the retards. They're retards worse than he is.
No, it isn't. He's a crook. He is a crook. Can't you get that through your head? His CFO is in Rikers right now. Rikers Island. 15 counts of tax evasion.
And business fraud.
He's a crook. You guys, you're just going to have to admit that.
They won't admit they made a mistake. They'll double down on stupid.
That's what you're going to have to do.
I don't have to admit anything, Joe. Just like you don't have to admit you're a child molester and a wife beater. You will defend that as you're not one of those with your life. So I can do the same thing with Donald J. Trump.
Hey, I told myself then, I said, this guy's just nothing but a con man. I was right. That was 35 years ago. That was 35 years ago. I would never vote for him because he's a con man.
So you go ahead and waste your vote on somebody like Biden.
And that's why he got elected.
He got elected because he had people lying for him.
You could always say, well, it's just politics. It's just politics. You can't say that anymore. You can't say it anymore. That was a jury of 12 people, some of which are Republican.
None of those jurors are Republican. None of those jurors were allowed to be scrutinized by the defense. And if they did, they got shot down.
Oh, bullshit.
That's a complete lie.
That is a lie.
I'm listening.
The defense questioned everything.
I live here in New York. I know what went on down there.
Were you in the court?
12 people. Are you telling me? Even
those jurors are not completely sequestered.
You think if you pick 12 people, there's not going to be 2 or 3?
Trump's attorney picked the 12 jurors, you idiot.
There's going to be 2 or 3 and maybe 4 or 5. Because 30% of the population backs Trump no matter what. 30% of 12 is 3.6. Just as a random sample, there would be 4 people on that jury that would be Trumpers. Now, it is in New York, so let's cut it in half. There were attorneys. There were software people. They don't tend to be liberals. Attorneys might, but not the software people.
So where do you get your information from? The View?
No, I get my information from the news that was coming out about the jurors, the jury pool.
He got you there, didn't he?
You got your information from the Broads on the View, Joyce Blowhart, and Whoopi Goldberg. Those are your idols.
That's not
What do you try to dress up like them, Joe?
You know that's not probable. Well, you don't know numbers. You're illiterate.
Well, Trump's defense attorneys picked the jury.
For Donald Trump, and you want to send your $10 into him, that's fine. But you have to admit, you are now backing a con man, a criminal.
I sent a couple thousand into him, and it was side job money that I didn't claim for taxes.
He got caught. His big dumbass, his problem was when he rolled down that escalator in 2016, he should have thought a little bit more about maybe I should keep a low profile because I am pretty dirty.
Well, he didn't think he was going to win.
Yeah, you're very dirty. With all the past that you got, did you dare to put your voice on airwaves? This is what gets me. Time and time again. And everybody knows who you are.
I am telling you, you moralistic religious phonies out there are going to have to look in the mirror and ask yourself what you're doing. Maybe when you look at your grandchildren, you could say, it's okay, little Johnny, you could be a felon because
you can be the president even if you were falsely accused of being a felon.
That makes America.
You too can be the president of the United States even if you were falsely accused of being a felon. You too can be the president of the United States even if you were falsely accused of being a felon. You can tell your grandkids and your kids and your great-grandkids that because it's the truth. The Dago out there that has no papers, you know, the WAP, is full of shit as usual. He likes to come and cause trouble and get everybody fired up. If you just quit talking to the little asshole, he'll go away.
No, I won't. No, I won't. I'm talking to the people.
Oh, yeah, you will. Yeah, you will. Yeah, you will. Because if no one answers you and just talks around you, you don't get any excitement out of it. And you will leave.
CFO.
He's a sociopath, borderline psychopath. He just doesn't know when he's been beat.
Against Weisselberg, what he was convicted of. I mean, you guys are living in fantasy land if you don't think he's just nothing but a crook and it's coming home.
Oh, boy.
15 counts against the Weisselberg for...
And in 10 to 12 hours, he got about $50 million in low dollar figure donations on his website. He had so many people hitting it that they crashed it. But he got $50 million damn near in 12 hours. So, yeah, he's doing great. And he's going to fight this, and he's going to beat it. And when he gets in office, I hope he goes ape shit on every one of them fucking assholes that went after him. Put them in jail for the rest of their lives, bankrupt them, bankrupt their family, bankrupt their grandchildren.
All right.
Wow, what an idiot. How are you going to get it done?
He doubled down on that. And she even wrote that they didn't have an affair in her book. I mean, he said that he didn't screw Stormy Daniels. Do you believe that? See, you're one of these. He might be hard up, but he's not going to screw
Save your breath, Joe. You can't convince these Trump tards.
He's a total Trump tard.
Hey, shit-tard Joe.
They're in a cult. Dear leader of the cult can do no wrong.
I didn't have an affair with her.
Hey, shit-tard Joe.
I don't even know her.
Hey, shit-tard.
Shut up, you loser. Friggin' bum.
What's business law at the local pilot Flying J again? Because you're on the radio.
Union puke, you little union puke, and you feel like you need the protectionist Donald Trump to put some tariffs on to protect your loser job, but it's not going to work.
You need to go change the color of your wig and your lipstick and get it some different high heel zip up people.
You're into that.
So maybe you can get a few more truckers tricked into giving out free samples in their sleepers.
You're into it. You like that kind of stuff. That's what you talk about. I am talking to the people that still have some morals in them. You cannot hide the fact that he ran a criminal organization. He didn't overly estimate his properties by 2 to 1. He overestimated some of his property values by 5x.
So what?
Documented. That's
so
bank
what?
Fraud. That is bank fraud. You don't understand the law.
They're not going to understand. It's dear leader. They're in the cult.
Bullshit story. You believe it. You just don't have any critical thinking skills. You're just too stupid.
They can like follow Kim Jones around.
I think it was such an asinine argument. The bank can do its own frickin' due diligence.
Well, they don't do that. They rely on the customer being honest.
Fuck.
Where have you been?
It's on the form itself.
Yeah, the Jews are going to...
That's like saying the IRS investigates every citizen.
Information, that is a felony. It is on the form. He was used to...
You go to the bank for a loan, a sizable loan. The bank is going to either ask you for collateral and the worth of the collateral. And if it's not acceptable, they'll investigate it.
To compensate.
Well, then why didn't he pay the taxes?
You get a really sweet deal if you...
Come on, explain that one.
A hunk of equity.
It's called a contract.
Not to the Department of Taxation, to the state of New York and the city of New York. He didn't pay the taxes.
Wow, it's like the Special Olympics.
You don't pay taxes on a loan, Jim.
Banking work?
You don't really pay taxes on a loan.
So we didn't have to pay higher
That's why rich people got money, and everything is a loan.
Hey, shit-tard Joe down there in Illinois. That couldn't find any
The guy got a small brain. Obviously, he doesn't understand.
tonight.
the reason they
While your mouth is running, you missed a whole lot of good information. Well, you can go on being ignorant yourself.
expense, and it was not a legal expense. It was a payment for her to sign the NDA, the non-disclosure agreement. That is not tax deductible. You guys are just stupid. You don't think that at least some of the people on that jury understood what was going on?
And don't you believe that Trump didn't actually put pen to hand on this paperwork? It was done by his attorneys and his accountants.
Just like a gnat on a friggin'
He sure the hell didn't write any checks out to Stormy Daniels or sign any paperwork except for the stuff at the top. For his family, for his rent, for whatever. He had people below him to do all the financial and legal stuff, all right? He didn't do all that shit personally.
3860 is WFO.
Absolutely wrong. If you would have listened to the trial, you would have learned
And you're going to believe that liar Michael Cohen, the one who stole $60,000 from Trump Corporation? You're going to listen to that lying piece of shit who already spent time in jail and admitted to Congress that he lied and to other courts and judges that he lied? Now you're going to believe that asshole? I don't think so.
It doesn't even matter. Cohen didn't even have to testify. All the other witnesses and all the documentation showed what was going on. It doesn't matter what Cohen said. Oh, and by the way, Cohen went to prison.
Listen, I'm going to let you faggots have your origin. You want to engage this faggot, have at it, have fun. It's well way.
36 is wild.
Talking to him.
That's where I'm going. F-A-D-D-Q, asshole. I'm a random runner when I have always been.
Every once in a while. Most of the checks were still signed by Donald Trump. His assistants testified. They said how they sent the checks to the White House via FedEx. It's all documented. They testified at trial that they sent him the checks and he looked at them.
Yeah, while he was talking to 5 or 10 other people, he was signing paperwork. Like he read every exact word.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Conversations. He had conversations with Weisselberg and he had conversations with Michael Cohen about how they were going to handle it.
Where's the recordings of that? Where's the documentation for the conversations? Or are you just listening to Michael Cohen, the liar, the greatest liar of all time, the gloat?
The documents were introduced to the jury and the court, along with the recordings, you dumbass.
You can't be, you won't think for yourself.
We don't care about that.
He's a crook. You're going to
We don't care about that.
tell yourself I'm willing to vote.
We don't care about that. 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 We don't care about that.
You're going to have to admit to yourself that you are voting for a crook.
We don't care about that. We don't
care about that. They're in the court.
Him and Trump.
We don't care about that. Care about that. We don't care about that.
The cult will always depend on their leader to be honest. Most Mikeys are in the cult. Drunk driver out there in Ohio saying, well, why didn't they have the recordings? They played the recordings in court. Where's the documents? They showed the documents in court, you MAGA moron.
I don't care about that.
Well, goody. Doesn't mean that they were exactly what they were sounded like. And it doesn't mean that he did it on purpose.
Oh, my God, you're ignorant.
They've been after him for, 6 or 7 years now?
They've been after him since he came down the escalator and they didn't want him to run. And then after he beat Hillary Clinton, they really went after him, even after she deleted 33,000 emails and paid to have a fake dossier made up on him from a Ixnade fired spy from MI6, okay? So they've been after him since he came down the escalator. If you dig deep enough, you can find something or invent something out of nothing if you dig deep enough and long enough in somebody's background. So I don't believe a fucking word any of them say, even the recordings, because AI can mimic anybody's voices they want right now, and you can't tell the difference.
Yeah, that's true. AI in your heart.
Oh, my God.
Oh, it's definitely politically motivated. There's no doubt.
No, it's not.
Oh, yeah.
We don't care. He's a crook, a rapist.
He can still become president anyway.
No, he won't be president. He might be president of this cell block. He's going to prison. His PO will decide where he can go from now on. That's right. Trump has a parole meeting next week. He finds out who the new female black parole officer is.
Just as bright and just as tall as white kids. Poor kids are just as bright and just as tall as white kids.
I think the Democrats headed the presidential vote. We'll see.
Just as bright and just as tall as white kids.
Oh, yeah. Trump's going to get in, all right. He's going to get in with Bubba. He's out there running his mouth about the judge and the jury. Yeah, he's going to get some prison time.
Yeah, and when he gets out of prison, I bet you he gets a contract with the state to build new prisons. Better ones, more comfortable ones, more secure ones, ones with better heating and air conditioning and gyms and all the other happy horse shit. He'll make money out of that too, because he's a freaking genius. He's not a criminal.
That's why he's bankrupt? He's bankrupt in private casinos, you MAGA moron.
Trump ain't bankrupt.
Oh my God, he couldn't even come up with the money to pay his bride.
What, you mean when they tried to fuck him out of $500 million?
Oh boy. You're in the cult, son.
That was an excessive fine. There was no way in the world anybody was going to be charged with that legally. They can only charge a certain amount, whether you're a billionaire or not. They can't rape you because most of his money is invested in all of the buildings he owns and the golf course he owns and all the other stuff just in New York, not in Florida or anywhere else.
You realize how old he will be when he gets out of prison? Take a guess. He's 78 now. Add another 14 years minimum. He's got 4 more trials coming. Those got 760 years possible. So he'll be about 1,000 years old when he gets out.
And I'll vote for him again.
And all this stuff is all 80-some million or more people out there. What they don't realize, Democrats don't realize, is that it's up to the people. What you don't realize is he is going away. Just like you didn't realize he was going to get found guilty on all 34 counts. American people ain't stupid. They can see through what the socialist Democrats are doing. And it's going to be a landslide. Trump's going to take it all there come election day. Yeah, we heard that bullshit back in 2020. Oh, by the way, Trump will be in prison this time. It's going to be a landslide. And if you don't like it, you can always move to China. That'll be a good place for MAGA morons. They like bureaucracies like that. You don't seem to understand, do you, boy?
They can always move up north with little Hitler.
You don't seem to understand he's going to be locked up. You keep watching that Fox News and let them tell you what you want to hear. And you're watching that big socialist CNN. No, I don't watch news. I'm going to see it in Boston. Lock him up. Lock him up. it for, Mr. Tram? I want to go to Florida to see my wife. No, permission denied. Trump meets his parole officer next week, you idiot. They decide where he can go and when. These Trump charges just don't seem to understand. He's a convicted felon. He will have a parole officer make his decision.
Where'd everybody go? They're on 3860.
so many times already. It's amazing what he's done.
Actually, they're not breaking the Constitution. There was a new Constitution put in place when we went bankrupt. Like I was saying earlier, we wouldn't be in this situation today if money was gold and silver.
No, things would be still run along the lines of common sense. I'll be back here in a couple of minutes, gentlemen. WF12.
Well, your puppy got to make a bomb?
No, I do.
Oh, all right. Be artistic. Try to get that nose. I got one for you, Possum.
You there?
Yeah, what's up, Joe?
So I got some raccoon that keeps coming into my yard at night, and he goes to the same area and takes a dump every night.
Yeah, they'll do that.
Yeah, well, I'm going to put a bullet in its damn head. First, I'm putting out some little wind things to hopefully keep him away from the area he was going at. And I also poured a bunch of vinegar on some Q-tips or whatever you call it, some cotton swabs. And I also poured a bunch of ghost pepper sauce all over the ground in the area. So I'm hoping something stops him.
Yeah, some coyote piss would probably work.
I don't know, but I don't want to pull a bullet in the poor thing's head, but if it doesn't stop, I'm going to have to.
He's like a Democrat. You want to take your shit for free and then shit on it.
Well, no, a Democrat, if they did it, you just want to get rid of them immediately. You wouldn't feel bad for them. I mean, when they're out there protesting, I'm sure they're taking dumps on the streets because they're animals.
I wouldn't want to give the animals a bad name.
Boy, that water's cold.
Washing your hands really got you cold afterwards, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, don't brag, John.
I didn't.
It's going to make you pee a second time.
I didn't say deep, but it's cold.
Yeah, I understand that, man. The other day I got my dick stuck in the zipper. That's decided no more boots for me.
The first liar never stands a chance.
That little thing.
Well, Joe Manchin is no longer a Democrat. Amazing.
Is that Bob?
That's because he's not a communist, boss.
No, I think I hear somebody out there. Hey, is that Bob?
Bob who?
I thought a friend of mine was out there and just made a comment playing around, so I thought it was a friend of mine, Bob.
No, that's one of the theories. Can't help but follow us around.
Hey, Joe.
Yes?
That was an awesome video. I didn't know it was you when my buddy sent it to me there. But you must have other people doing the same thing in the neighborhood, right?
What video is that?
The flag.
No, I'm the only one.
Oh, okay.
Well, you mean where I put the flag upside down?
No. All the derogatory Biden ones and what have you.
Nobody puts that stuff around but me. I just have fun doing it, man. I find that I don't have anybody anywhere in the area putting up signs for Trump.
I've been flying the flag every day since 2001. Yesterday, I turned it upside down.
Hey, I did that today, Mike.
Roger.
I got my uncle's flag, a Vietnam vet, and at the funeral I was given the flag. I haven't flown it, but I think I'm going to do the same thing. Fly his flag and put it upside down. And I think him up above looking down, he would appreciate it.
Good for you.
Okay, so you did.
WS2.
What a fucking retard. N2LYM. I'm saving my flag from somebody I fought in the big one for that day, John. It's coming.
Hey, 1JB.
Yeah, I'm afraid you're right.
Oh man, it's one of those things. I guess people have to understand why it's upside down.
Well, I'm triggering my liberal neighbor. When she does her dishes, Joe, she has to stare right at it.
When I have people drive down the main drag, they have to look at my stuff. It must make them go out of their minds.
I would love to have the pine tree flag too.
Which one's that?
You can get one. It's real easy.
Appeal to heaven.
Huh?
The pine tree flag.
You didn't see that one? That's the one that they're accusing Alito of flying. That's why they want him to recuse himself.
Yeah, but that judge going after Trump didn't, even though his daughter's raising $90 million for Democrats, and it just don't make any sense.
I got news for you. They got like dozens of ways to hang that judge for what he did.
Well, hopefully Republicans are going to go after all kinds of Democrats in the country now with the AGs and everything. They're going to have to. The only way to do it is to do what they're doing, and that will stop them.
Only one way to stop them. You can vote your way into communism, but you got to shoot your way out.
And Judge Cannon down in Florida seems like she's doing pretty good.
Florida's a pretty fucked up place, let me tell you.
Yeah, but she's not going for the gag order like what's his name, Smith wanted. She's not allowing a lot of things where he keeps on pushing for him.
Who appointed her?
She's got an ounce of common sense.
I don't know who appointed her. I know there's a lot of problems in Florida, which is kind of funny because they keep talking about how wonderful Florida is, but it's got a lot of problems and a lot of shootings and stabbings and everything.
Yeah, Donald Trump appointed her, Joe.
Cost of living in Florida is climbing exponentially, and they've never paid in Florida. You can't make much money down there. But they don't have a state income tax. That's why most retirees make a beeline for Florida. That's one last thing's got to come out of their check.
Now, doesn't anybody know this Kennedy dude, his vice president, is going to be a serious nut job and a Marxist, and he's out there too. I don't know how anybody can even think about the guy.
Well, Kennedy himself is a nut job and a Marxist.
No, Kennedy himself just said after this trial, Trump's going to win.
Hopefully he stays in it and screws up Biden, because no Trump supporters are going to him or his vice president.
I hope you're right.
Nah, they look at him. He's too nutty, man, with all the stuff. He's a hardcore Marxist, and the VP is straight out of Lenin's playbook. So no Republicans would. It would just pull votes away from the Biden voters.
By the time November rolls around, believe me, most of the country got to be supporting Trump.
You're going to have a different Democrat running for president.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm going to go with Harry on this
the pus
say
factory.
Something big is going to happen between now and Election Day when they start realizing how much momentum Trump has got. And they got to do something to squander that.
You just figured out when they're going to activate their troops.
Yeah, exactly. Rather than working on the house, maybe I should be stuffing a few empty shells around here.
You should be building a crow's nest on top of your house. Surrounded by quarter-inch plate.
Man, the dude Fetterman is starting to come around. He's acting more and more Republican all the time.
He's supporting the Jews.
Yeah, well, whatever. But, I mean, he's starting to come over to the Republican side. I think the problems he had snapped his brain and made it go back into the other side.
Now he's gotten phone calls by various people.
He's a Kennedy. I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw at my house with one hand.
What's his name called him? Edelman.
That transgender dude, he was at McDonald's over here in Plymouth, and I was just there. I swear, I was there at the same time as he was, because I was picking up my son a fillet of fish and a thing of fries, and I think I was there exactly the same time as him. I didn't see him, but damn, man, if I had heard him come running out and so forth, that would have been weird.
He could have swatted him.
Yeah, if I heard him coming out after stabbing people, he wouldn't even be in court. I would have just shot him and drove away.
Always carry a revolver.
I do, man. I don't go anywhere without a 45 at least.
That doesn't eject cartridges.
I don't care about cartridges. Cartridges are easy, man. People don't seem to realize that. All you have to do is change the ejector, the firing pin, and the barrel. 3 things that pop out easy on a 1911. I'll give people a little gun lesson, you know. That's the 3 things that will strike a casing that will leave a mark on anything or so forth. You change out, or you order up a barrel or spare barrel for whatever firearm you have, because they don't look at spare barrels, so you can order one. You get yourself a different firing pin, and you get yourself a different extractor. You hold those things for a little distance of time, and they're on nobody's radar anymore. And at which time, if you use something because you had to protect yourself, you can swap out easy.
Can't change a barrel on a revolver easily.
Exactly. That's why I don't like it. I'd prefer a 1911.
And it makes bigger holes usually.
Yeah, 1911, man. You don't have to worry about casings. Who cares? As soon as you change out the 3 items, it's a totally different thing that nobody can see anything about. Easy peasy.
Use the revolver with a piece of cloth patch over the projectile.
Revolver still has a strike on the back of it, and the revolver's still going to have the same barrel every time. So, yeah, you know, revolvers aren't the way to go. People think so, man. A regular semi-auto pistol, much better. Who cares about the casings?
Me.
Why?
Because I carry a revolver.
And we reload.
That's okay, man. Revolvers are so limited. A nice semi-auto, you're all set, man. Much better. Take 2 clips with you. Screw trying to have what do you call the half moon clips or anything for the revolvers. Nah, just a semi-auto with a magazine.
Yeah, speed loader.
Yep, speed loaders are nice, but nah, that's okay. Everything leaves marks. You don't want anything with marks. So that nut job who claims Rabiza, his name is Rabiza, he uses the she pronouns, according to his lawyers and everything else and his past people, he uses the she pronoun, but yet they keep calling him he, is held for evaluation on charges, blah, blah, blah. They will not let people see that that dude was actually a transgender person. And let's see, what did he do? He jumped out at McDonald's, he urinated at the drive-thru window, stabbed the employees with a large kitchen knife, went inside the McDonald's, stabbed another employee in the arm, left leaving a wound that was 2 inches deep. He went into the movie theater and stabbed people. This dude was a nut. And he was transgender, and people won't say she.
Sounds like bath salts.
No, it sounds like transgenderism.
One of his forehead with a dirt.
It's a transgender person. That's all. If you notice, man, they're not trying to tell people that lately, but if you start looking it up, a lot of them are the ones doing the mass shootings and killings.
The other thing that they hold back on is race identity.
Twist their brains. You didn't know that?
Yeah. Getting away from the kids that have been taking all the Ritalin and doing the shootings to these transgenders taking all the chemicals.
The other thing they're holding back on is race identity.
Yeah, but that's been going on for a long time. That used to happen in the military a lot. When I was in Germany, a lot of the black soldiers would mess around and rape German women. And in the Stars and Stripes newspaper all the time, it would sit there and say, a black soldier did this, blah, 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 blah. After a little while, it was constantly saying those type of things. It just told a soldier did this.
It all started back in the early 70s when someone was getting mugged in an alley. People just walked by and said, oh, I'm not getting involved. That's when it started.
Hey, look at this, man. Mike, I know how much you want it, man. You can go out and get your mRNA vaccine for the bird flu. Jump right out and get it.
I know. They got millions of doses already. Boy, aren't they well prepared?
Yeah, man, we got to go get this vial stuff. Let's go get our shots right now. Maybe they'll have 5 boosters too.
Yeah, never interfere with a liberal when they're using their brain, Joe. Yeah, I couldn't take one because they wouldn't get one. I mean, if you fall for this a second time, I mean, you deserve to die.
Marco Rubio wants to be vice president. Oh, God.
He's on the list of possible VPs for Trump. As a matter of fact, he's number 1.
Yeah, well, that's what he's saying. He wants to be the vice president. He don't want to do any kind of auditions for it. He just wants to be it.
Remember the bubble bath pictures?
No.
Oh, man.
Gets arrested 10th time in 10th month. Wow.
You know, here's something to think about. Maybe I'm behind the times on this, but let's say this so-called judge down in New York pronounces a sentence on Trump, and he sends him to prison. And Trump has not announced a running mate. That kind of leaves the Republican Party with nobody to put in there, right?
What are you talking about? His cellmate can be his running mate. He can have him as a VP.
You're probably better than a Democrat.
Right?
Oh, no, I'm serious. He hasn't named anybody. So if they lock him away, the Republican ticket is wide open. Nobody's got claim to it.
You don't get it, John. When they lock him up, something's going to happen, and it's not going to be good.
Well, we've been saying this shit all along, and nothing has happened.
That's what I say.
Well, let's see.
No, I don't think they have the... I told you, man, Republicans are pussies. They will not say anything. It's like the same people that run around and say, I would never give my guns up. I'm not going to get... They'll never get them from me. I guarantee you, man, if the police come to their door and say, excuse me, we're here for your guns, they'll go, hey, you officer, would you like the bullets?
Yeah, in the pussy households, you're probably right.
They do, man. There's a lot of Facebook warriors and ex-warriors and everything else, and so they just talk big, but they don't do nothing. It's the same assholes that don't come out and do any kind of protesting. Nobody says you have to be violent, but you certainly can get out there and protest. What the hell? You know, how many people are out there tonight supporting Trump? How many people are during the day out there supporting Trump? You don't see it anywhere. But I guarantee you, if they had done this to Biden and impeached him and then tried to throw him in jail, the Democrats would be rioting and burning and destroying right now.
Joe, we've done more than 99% of people.
What's that?
I says, me and my family have done more than 99% of people.
Oh, that's what I'm saying, man. It's crazy that these people, man, they won't do nothing, Mike. You know, they talk big, and that's the problem. Man, look at some of those tornado videos. Man, they are crazy looking. I'm looking at one in Carrier Mills, Illinois. That thing looks nasty.
Yeah, but you notice how the libtard news just keeps playing. A lot of those tornado videos have been played about 6 times over the past 2 weeks.
Do you understand why?
Because Hillary's riding around on a broomstick in one?
Well, they're trying to...
Want you living in constant fear. This is what global warming does to you. You got to understand, it's all about brainwashing.
I know. In years, our temperatures are going to change by 0.01 degrees. Oh, boy.
There's a fake social media site by me. Every time it's going to rain or anything, they put out an emergency weather warning.
Yep, same here. And the weather has actually gotten milder.
Oh, you mean the same idiots that turn around and say that when it's going to snow 2 inches, they warn everybody a snowstorm's coming now?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, stopping by out all the milk and bread.
I think that's all it's for.
Yeah, I think the dairy farmers and the bakers are behind it.
I don't know about the dairy farmers, but you know, is it climate tyranny? Oh yeah. It's not climate change; it's climate tyranny.
Did you see Richard Dreyfuss in the Beverly Theater in Massachusetts picking on the trainees? mean, the Democrats accept this. They say it's normal behavior. And you know they're all frickin' pedophiles. Come on. And I wonder what's going on in the queer war. There's a war going on in queer circles. Hey, why would Zelensky bomb the Russian radar alarm system to warn everybody that there's a nuclear chemical war? You didn't hear what's going on over there? You should be laughing your ass off. Oh, really? Why? What's up? Yeah, the Ukraine can't use all the wonderful missiles we sent because the Ruskies are jamming GPS. Oh, that's funny. What did they expect, you know? It's probably also happening that China's messing with their chips and not allowing the equipment to work right. They were stupid enough to allow them in there. They deserve it. Problem is, at one point, the military started using what they called COTS, commercial off the shelf. That was a very bad thing. Oh, well, it's time to stop talking on the radio and go do a couple things. You guys have a great night, and good hearing everybody. We'll catch you again tomorrow. EA1, Jamie.
All right, Joe.
Yeah, take her easy, Joe. But like I said, when you're watching a movie, just relax. Into LYM.
A little tired here. Awesome. Might catch you guys later. 7-3. This is WF12.
7-3. Sounds like Possum's gone. And 12 a.m.
documentary of Nova. And this guy, pathologist up in East Coast, said that he had a lot of people come in. Obviously, they die. They do autopsies. And he said 90-some% of the time that if they come in and they had dementia and they died, they had Lyme disease 100% of the time.
Wow. I guess it's a popular thing here in Ohio and Indiana.
Well, it mimics so many other things that it's incredibly hard to design. There's I think the only way to really try it, they have a test called the Western blot test.
I don't know. I asked for it once. I said, I'm convinced I got, because I was having all the symptoms that, theoretically they tested me. They said no. I didn't have it.
Did they do that Western blot?
That's it. I don't know.
That is about one of the only tests that I think it's reliable. That's the word. Because it mimics so many other ailments.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of symptoms. I'm not kidding you. I exhibit a lot of them.
Well, I mean, I agree with you. I myself thought the same thing. And you don't usually just up and die from it. You just suffer with these maladies pretty much all your life.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like to bet it would three or four foot.
Yeah, I'm here ready to hit the ramp myself there, Mike.
It's got a bad tube then. You ain't gonna find more of them that's working for 900.
Roger.
They're a pretty amplifier though.
Yep.
And they do a good job until the tubelets go. I was always told to stay away from them, that they was junk, so I stayed away from them.
Roger. All right, I'll get back quiet.
But personally, I've never owned one. I've always been told to stay away from the Alpha 9500. And because of the unobtainable processors that's on that back display board, because, I mean, you can't get nothing from them. They won't sell you nothing.
All right, Roger. Distance from here, 3.5 hours.
3.5?
Yeah.
Almost.
I tell you what, I don't know if you ever played with one there, where the balls are frozen and stuff there. By God, man, them suckers will put a hurting on you.
I got a buddy went to school with him and his wife on the one up towards Leesburg, down one of those places up that way.
Yeah, Jay Bird. the dumb old boy come in here and got my coveralls, and he had sweatshirts on and stuff. I mean, he had layers and layers of stuff on him, and he had his helmet on and stuff there, and there was 3 guys out there, and he was stupid enough there to get on that four-wheeler there and come up out of the woods there and come up over that big dirt pile there and come up the road flying. And they was sitting out there waiting for him there with 3 paintball guns, and I'm going to tell you right now, he ain't going to do that crap again. They wore his ass out. He had webs and bruises on him. And I'll tell you what, I got a pile of squirrels out here.
Well, see, it's working less, and I know we have no rabbits at all. We haven't had rabbits for 3 or 4 or 5 years. Fox are eating all those up. Maybe they're eating the squirrels up.
That's probably a good possibility there. They had some young ones there. They was under my shed out there, and little bitty things and stuff like that. And I told Sharon Ann, she was fussing. Apache is what he is. I mean, he's a cat, and he's a hunter. And he killed every damn one of them. I don't like to see him do that there, but ain't nothing you can do about it. He kills these squirrels out here too.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe some of the squirrels, but they stay across the road because Gil's got all the trees over there, so they stay over at his place.
Yeah.
And they're pretty damn brave too. You can go and get up to about 2 or 3 foot from them. They'll come right in his garage or anything else when it's open.
Yeah, they'll come right up here on my darn carport there, and when they get up here on the carport there, you know, that's when Apache, he'll run after them. That's when them suckers go up my tower.
That's the closest thing, I guess, for them to go up.
They can't climb the one over here, you know, bolted to the house, but my tilt over, I'll tell you one thing, that sucker could go up that, I mean, he goes right up there and sits on the rotor plate.
Well, luckily, I haven't noticed squirrels be on either of mine because it was around, and I've got the one like you do in the trailer laying down. You know, it's not being used, but I never have seen a squirrel. I've seen birds up there, but that's about it.
Yeah, that one on bolted to the side of the house. They can't climb that one. They can't get to it there, but the tilt over and all there, they can pull themselves up on them cross pieces and stuff there and see, go right up that thing like nothing.
No, the thing I have seen is ants. I took an antenna down one time, and it was like loaded with frickin' ants in there. It was hot up there. I can figure they went up there for the heat. I know, but there was tons of ants up there.
Speaking of heat, you ever notice, like in the fall when it starts to get a little cold, and them bees they'll gather around the tower. And I mean, a bunch of them would gather around the tower from the heat, you know, where the sun's shining on the tower. I know one day Troy come out here, and I forget what I was taking up there, and he's climbing the tower, and it went up above the house, and he got up there so far, and he came back down. I said, what the heck? He said, man, I ain't going up there. He says, freaking bees up there everywhere.
No, I haven't seen any. I know Gil's been all the way up to, you know, both of them there. And we dropped the one down and haven't found any yet. And I know that we did
At that first one, when I put the box, or my new one, I got the 12 by 12 box on, we didn't have it sealed up good, and within a week, they were loaded up making a nest in it. Oh, yeah, don't take them long, I tell you. And we drilled the holes in it, and, we're only going to be about a week before we start running this stuff. Shoot, they started building it the second we opened the box up. On my gas grill that sits out there on a carport there's a wasp nest in there right now. I opened it up the other day and looked at it. They're still working on it. My granddaughter said, "What? How come?" I said, "Well, they ain't finished working there. Let it get a little bit bigger there, and I'll turn the gas on and hit it, and they'll just go whoof, and it'll be over." They build a freaking nest in that thing every year. I got one out there that's got a cover on it, and hadn't been used in 25 years. Had a new bottle of gas on it, but they're probably in there too. I don't know. They go right up on the bottom, where you grease. That's right there, that little hole right there. And I'll go right up in that hole right there and go right up in that grill and build a nest. It's funny, I've never seen many. I've seen the wood hornets, or the wood boars, usually about springtime will try to bore a hole on the railing next to it, but that's about it. Yeah, these are wasps. They do it every year. I torched one of them the other day there. Well, them son of a guns hang around my darn picnic table, and I said, you ain't gonna be boring no holes in mine there. I went in and got my pistol grip torch there, and I torched his tail. I had to replace my handrail coming down my basement steps and all there. Them son of a gun bored holes all up and down underneath that son of a gun right there, and I had to replace it. Well, catch them at the beginning of the year, and this year was the first year they haven't done it, but catch them and just spray some good hornet spray in there, and they're gone. Yeah. W4 DOG.
Hey.
W3MJF. My Orioles beat Tampa Bay tonight for the first game. Yeah. The Nats had been doing good until, they won 3 out of 4 the other day ago. And today they got the butts kicked. Was it 7-1, I think it was, against Cleveland. Oh, they playing Cleveland? Yeah, they're playing them. They were doing all right, and then all of a sudden, they walked the guy, or walked 1 or 2, and they had the bases loaded, and then they got whacked a home run. But that was understandable because that damn pitcher, I told you, every time he's in there, he loses, and he lost. We done lost 2 of our starters. John Means went down the other day, and he's going to be gone for the year, and the other one's going to be gone for the year too. But we're still in pretty good shape on our pitching because we got a couple the guys that they had to send back down because they didn't have no room for them. So guess they got room for them now because Means and that other boy there, they're going to be gone for the year.
Trump is going to jail.
Well, they had a couple of them got hit real good the other day. And that one guy got hit, and then they thought he got hit worse than he did. Luckily there weren't no space protectors now, whatever. But when it hit right on, I guess the side of it or whatever, and he thought it was bleeding or whatever, and he was just dead on the ground. The catcher couldn't get him away from anything else. He just beamed her right in the side of the face.
What was that, a Nationals game?
It was, they were playing Braves, 2 games ago.
Wow.
Truck lost.
That Cleveland, they're on top of things. There's no doubt about that. I could see that coming into it. But with that pitcher they had, I said, they got no chance here. And by the time they took him out, it was 2-0 then. And then the bases were loaded, and and he took and hit a home run.
Yeah. What'd you say, Hillbilly?
I said I went down and got me a couple of pepperoni rolls and sliced them open, and I stuck me some pepper jack cheese in there, stuck them in the microwave for 15 seconds. Pretty good. That's got to be the hottest pepper jack cheese I think I've ever eaten, man. That's hot.
Did it light you up a little bit?
Oh, that's good. It's really good. It's got a good taste, though.
Yeah, it's funny. You can't ever tell how hot that's going to be when you get there, Chris. I've got different brands of that, and sometimes it's real hot, and the next time it's kind of mild.
This here's got it must be 2 different types of peppers because it's got little green chunks and little red chunks on it.
Yeah, most of these have just the green, and I don't see much red, but most of them have the green in it.
Yeah, the red will light you up. How'd that pancake work out for you last night, Jimmy?
Oh, man, that was really good. I'll do another one tonight, maybe.
He's getting better now, dog. He's starting to eat.
Oh, yeah, man. Last night, man, I don't know what time it was. He was in there making him a pancake.
Yeah, always late.
I think we may have that one for pancake. That thing was a freaking flying saucer.
Yeah. Ain't kidding. No, Gary, I have never heard anything from Lance.
It's kind of funny how he disappeared last night.
Yep.
Good morning, Michael J.
Good morning, Gary.
Morning, Gary. I don't think I was in here when you came in.
And good morning, Chris. No, I think you come in right after I did. I probably won't be in here tonight because, today is my oldest daughter's 25th anniversary. So, there's going to be one hell of a party.
Yeah, you having it over there at the farm?
Yeah, they're having it in her backyard, yep. They got a big tent set up and, big thing.
Yeah.
Well, 25 years of marriage is a big thing today. Most people don't last more than 10.
Kidding.
I've seen quite a few just last a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is true, doggy.
Oh, I tell you.
I used mine for 2, lived with her for 2, was married for 20, but, yeah, I guess.
Yes, sir. I can see it now. Party time.
Gary be drinking beer, smoking a little tree. Well, there'll be some on smoking a little tree, but I'll just be drinking a little beer. Had a hit off the tree since I was in my, teens.
Well, if you stand close enough, you'll get the aroma, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, like my wife says, it smells like skunk.
That's good.
Gotta go check on my dog. I had that long.
Okay. Pretty damn happy when you come out of there because they smoke in freaking McDonald's.
You may go in miserable, but you come out happy.
I ain't kidding you, man. Down there in the freaking evenings, just like, I guarantee you today, being Friday, Saturday, Sunday, this weekend, oh yeah. They run them out of there. Them freaking boys and all that, they'll fall right up in there. You trying to say it's something tartar sauce won't fix? I don't think tartar sauce can cover that up, Jeff.
That is, don't you know?
Probably.
Sounds like I should have hung in here a little longer last night. It is a Friday night.
Yep. Sometimes he gets a little drive-by. Speaking of Friday night, I thought TNA might be in here. Anywhere here this evening there, was on 2 meters, but I didn't hear him at all here this evening, so I don't know what he's doing.
Well, I need is probably got the whip cracked out of him.
Oh, yeah, you never know. Did she ever get better? She's taking tests and stuff there like Sharon Ann is, but I don't know really what they found.
Hey, Bob Barker, is that how we're going to get the drive-by?
What are you looking at, Jimmy?
I'm on Facebook here looking at some shit.
Who is she?
No, I'm just looking at stuff.
Big sister.
You ought to be making some deals with Richard. Jeff just said that Banny's got a sale going on down there.
Does he? What's Richard's selling?
Off everything.com.
Wow.
15 years of business.
So he's getting rid of a lot of stuff, huh?
He put that 15% tonight on everything. And he told from the beginning of the story how he was scared and wanted money and how he got fired from the place he was at.